Powering on. Welcome to Alltech Lansing.
Welcome to the Voice of the Call Nation radio show. I tried to give you guys a little treat, but my friggin' boombox decided it doesn't want to fucking work. And when I'm going to throw this thing out the friggin' window, swear to God, you had one job, was to turn on and connect to the Bluetooth. You couldn't do that, you stupid. Maybe it's out of power. That's probably what it is. Maybe I need to plug it up. Hopefully that's what it is. And everything. Well, it didn't work when I was going to basically do some All Fortuna as an intro to this show tonight. It would have been nice, some opera type atmosphere to set the mood and everything like that. How many of you ignorant people, uncultured Negroes, don't even know what opera is? Don't even know what the opera, never been to the Broadway, never been to Rockefeller Center, never been to these are things I grew up with. We went to Rockefeller Center when I was a kid. I saw plays on Broadway and stuff like that. And so I was very cultured when I was growing up, right? And so, like I said, when I resent when people try to talk to me about history and stuff like that, and I can tell they're not cultured. Black America was not just hip hop and all this kind of nonsense. That's why when people ask, why do you guys let hip hop? Because we didn't really care. Most of us basically like, okay, we did it. It was a street culture and everything, but it was always in our mind that we're on a different level, we got to reach that higher level. And so Black people were very into things like opera, the choir, and stuff like that signifies culture and refinement and stuff like that in our culture. People don't understand that. They think that we're all just hipping and hopping and hipping and hopping and hipping and hopping. Yeah, we like the hip and hop too, man, but we're much more than that. If you understood real Black America, right, you understand we're way more than just hip hop and R&B and stuff like that. We do have a culture here. People don't understand the Alvin Ailey Dance School of Harlem, all the arts and everything of the Harlem Renaissance and stuff like that basically gave the world so much, our poets and our laureates and our poetry readings and all stuff like this. New York is a culture capital of the world. What does that mean, culture? Culture shapes how people think, how their perception of the world. It shapes everything, and that's why I said New York is a culture capital of the world. It's not just music, it's a way of thinking, a way of being, way of living, that human beings are more complex than animals are. That's what separates us from beasts. The animal operates on instinct. We're not by circumstances and environment and stuff like that. Human beings, no matter what situation he's in, are able to rise above those situations and everything through culture, through culture, What's going on? Peace, Bantu man. I hope you behave yourself tonight. Through culture, and that's why I say I'm the culture critic, because I see 90% of the stuff I see wrong in the world is culture. It's culture. Before you could talk about anything else, you have to get the culture right. Once you get the culture right, you have a roadmap and a blueprint of how the society you want to live in is built. If you don't have that right, you have absolutely nothing. We're just beasts. We're just animals. And everything like that. We're just animals on our lowest level. You can't have that, With that, tonight's topic is the fall of America. And I do believe America is going through a cultural shift that's where degeneracy and foolishness and filth and everything has finally taken over. It's permeated the mainstream, is in our schools, is in our academia. Everything is done deliberately, people cannot sustain civilization and be immoral and retrograde and expect to hold on to a civilization. I think it's healthy for people to have some sort of loyalty to the country they choose to live in. I'm gonna say that again. I'll say, Carl, aren't you a Black nationalist? Yes, I do. But just like Honorable Elijah taught us, right? We're here. We obey the laws in the country that we live in. That's what he told his followers. We obey the laws, respect the laws that we're here with. So in other words, basically, we're not here. I'm not here to try to be opposed to America. America is going to do what it has to do as a country, as a civilization to survive. Right. My job is to make sure that my people have part of this American experiment if they choose to live here or not, and everything like that. So this is what we have to separate. I'm separating myself from these people who think that they're gonna be social justice warriors and America just irredeemably racist. They gotta be changed at all costs. No, not at all costs. You know, if you believe that, then leave us out of it, because Black people do not need any of these social justice people. We've been getting along just fine for 400 years in this country. We somehow were able to make ends meet and stuff like that, you know. So therefore, the price that people are asking us to pay for this new cultural shift, right, is really dangerous. It's going to bring down America. And the bottom line is, and Black America is going to get the blame for it. We're already the conduit. We used to be the people, the moral authority of America, right? When Black America used to have the highest number of marriages in this country with Black people, the safest communities in America, were Black communities. Even though we didn't have a whole lot, the safest communities at one time were the Black communities in America. The friendliest communities were Black America at one time. Everything, all that changed, you know, in the 60s and the 70s, you know, all that changed, you know. I was like, Carl, are you talking about going back to segregation? No, I'm not talking about going back to segregation. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying we have to get control over what's good and necessary and edify and build upon that. And so like I said, there's people out there, I believe, that wanted to see this country destroyed. Okay, that's fine. You got you people that don't like America, want to see America destroyed. That's fine. But why is it that these people feel like it's necessary to bring our struggle into their fight to take whatever grievance they have with America? You know, my grievance with America is not the same thing as Mexico. You know, the Mexicans lost the war, right? Now you got Mexicans talking about we're gonna reconquist, we're gonna take this country back. Oh no, you lost it. You signed a treaty, and America got New Mexico, parts of Texas, California, all that stuff like that in war, right? It's been like that for 150 something years. So now you want to come here and say, look, we're reconquist, break across the border and stuff like that. And then you got Black people saying, you know, yes, you know, society building Mexico. Look, I get it. We've been hurt by slavery. We never got paid reparations. I get that and everything, right? But is destroying America in the process really worth it? Is really worth it? Especially for people who don't give a damn about us. The Mexicans don't give a damn about us. China, Beijing, communist China don't give a damn about us. Russia doesn't give a damn about us. Everybody, what they do is they use Black people's struggle in America for their own benefit. Oh, look, the first thing they did was a couple of years ago when someone made a comment about the Chinese civil rights movement, civil human rights abuse, right? First thing the Chinese said was, well, look at George Floyd, look at the Black people. They completely blew that situation all out of proportion. And America, instead of having a real response to that, right? You know, and Black America should have a response to that. Look, you're doing real human rights violations in China. Real human rights. People are being locked up and tortured and stuff like that. That's not happening here in America, right? But because China was able to jump the gun and say, look, what's going on in the police shootings in America. We have police shootings in America, right? But it's nowhere near what the Chinese are doing to the Uyghurs and all these other minority groups in China, imprisoning them, and what the Chinese are doing to the Muslim population and everything. But we let them get away with that, right? Because there's so many people that want to see this republic fall, you know, and you cannot have a situation where people are being disingenuous. If you hate this country, if you dislike America, right? And you really believe that, then why aren't you a Black nationalist? Why aren't you an African nationalist? Why are you not into the repatriation movement, right? You basically you say you're American, right? But yet you're opposed to everything America stands for. And so therefore you cannot have a group of people in this many numbers that's opposed to the very country that they live in, right? While they're eating off the country's wealth and everything like that, they basically are condemning the country. So this is what tonight's topic about, the fall of America, right? America is going to fall because, like I said, America made a big mistake back in the 60s, right? Big mistake America made was, instead of America, right, reconciling their Black population, saying, you know, okay, let's find out what Black people want. They didn't want to find out what we want. They could have easily went to people. They didn't look at the people they should have been talking to in the 60s were people like Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm X, and some people like that, black nationalist leaders and everything that had the ear of the people. But what they did was they chose people for us like Lena Horne, Harry Belafonte, black entertainers, and stuff like this as our so-called leaders, people who are integrationists, people who believe that black people and white people, the race problem in America could be solved only by race mixing and getting rid of our racial identity. If we all mix together and like this. So if America basically would have back in the 60s, right, said, what do you black people want? And we didn't want a whole lot. We want access to jobs, access to credit, better education. We want to be integrated into a pluralistic society. Now, what's the difference by pluralistic society? A society that recognizes many. Right now, what America at the time was defined by a white homogeneous society, right? And a white racist society, right? And black people felt like they could not integrate into that society from a position of strength. In other words, most black people, you got black people of all different classes, right? And the black people in any society, right? There's your upper class, your upper elite, your upper echelons, and everything like that. Your people of culture and everything that's acts as role models to the people. Then you got the warrior class, you got the working class, you got the proletariat, you got all stuff like that. Black society was structured the same way, but integration was that there would be no bourgeoisie class, there would be no upper class and everything like that, right? There'll be no working class, there'll be no warrior class, everything like that. Every black person we push underneath white America in this quasi working class. So therefore, if you build Black America up, right, create a direct pipeline from the federal government to Black communities in America, right, the Black communities in America would have thrived, right? And I'm going to go over some stuff. I'm going to talk about the Soul City Project, right, and stuff like that, how Black separatism was the answer back then. And even Richard Nixon even knew that, But since America did not do that, now you have a group of people who asking the question, right? It's been 50 years, 60 years now, and Black America has not assimilated into the mainstream America, because you can't assimilate into a country where the majority of people are racist, right? In other words, for you to assimilate with a group of people, you have to understand that interracial marriage and stuff like that is going to happen. Most Black people and white people up until that time period were not ready for that, right? So where does that leave Black people, right? If white people really feel that anytime they see Black people in large numbers, that's a threat to their well-being. You gotta have white people have white flight and everything, like white flight. It's going to hamper where white people move their businesses to and stuff like that. So this is what we're up against for a few decades now. White people, we move into an area, white people leave. And what they leave with their tax base. They leave with all the stuff like this. And also they leave with the idea that, because most businesses, when they come, they look for the racial dynamics, right? Black people only benefit, right, when they live in we're like 5% of the population. And that's what I grew up in. Where I grew up, Black people were only 5% of the population. So we did all right. But there's never been a case where you have majority Black communities that thrive in America, right? If you want to live middle class, you have to move into the white community or white adjacent communities and everything. And so therefore, America did not do the right thing with Black America, did not invest in Black America the way it should have, and built these Black communities up where they have the same thing that what the white communities have and be independent. It was either you come abandon your communities, right? Come over to the white communities or die. That's what it is, that's what it is. So now we're saying in 2024, the jig is up. Jig is up. We gave you 60 years to sell us on integration and integrate us into American society. And so it's not thing, but I still don't want America to fall, because if America falls, then we're never going to get everything we invested in this country thing. So we need America to stay alive, for at least for the time being, while we're still here, while we're in America and inside the borders of the United States. We need America to be strong, and so, like I said, what you have right now, and also this second part, what I was saying, if white America would have did that, right, integrated all the millions of black people in America by giving them education, everything, the way they did the Chinese and the immigrants and everything, we wouldn't have the problem we have right now. Now look at the problem America has, right? You have America back then started bringing in Indians in. They start bringing in Palestinians in. They start bringing in black immigrants from these other countries and whatnot. And they have no loyalty and no allegiance to this country. You know, Kamala Harris, she's an immigrant background. She really hates this country. She really hates America. She basically thinks that America's racist and blah, 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 blah. But this is what America asked for. You know, they asked for this, you know. Immigrants basically come here entitled, right? It wasn't enough that America gave the first real education the Chinese had was through America. And those same Chinese were recruited back to go to China to help them build their economy. You know, that was the thanks we got for educating a whole generation of Chinese with free college education and stuff like this. You know, the immigration bill was signed right along with the civil rights bill in America, right? And what do these people do? They come over here and they basically do the bidding of their home countries. They have nothing. Every time you hear them say something, they're always talking about their home countries. I'm in a battle right now with some Liberians, right? Because I've had it. They're basically, what's going on is this Liberian author and writer called Robiel Patel. She did a speech at the Liberian Independence Day, and then Patel, what you call it? Yeah. 70% hotel. Indians own 70% of hotels. They take rundown hotels, right, and they fix them up. You know, they really good at that. They fix up hotels. They got a knack. Hotels, real estate in America. But they don't tell you all the Indians that work in these places are living in poverty and stuff like that. May live in a hotel like 5 into 1 room and stuff like that. They don't show you that part. They make it seem all Indians are successful on their hard work. No, they do exploitation work and stuff like that, and they get breaks and everything, you know. But Robiel Patel wrote a thing where she was condemning America in her speech, and the U.S. delegation walked out, right? And so all these Liberians are saying, yeah, I'm glad she spoke up because America this, America that. And I said, wait a minute. You guys are over here for decades now. You guys send money back to Liberia in remittances. You guys, America has been the biggest help for Liberia as far as foreign aid and stuff like that. But yet you basically are sitting here cursing America. And they said, Colin, you don't sound like, no, I'm what's right. You don't come to this country. You don't come to America, right? And suck off the benefits and everything, and then spit in America's face talking about what this country is not doing for you and all this kind of stuff like this. We as black people, we let these people get away with this stuff, you know, because it's all this whole blanket. We're all POC, we're all people of color, and we're all no, we're not. We came here through the transatlantic slave trade, right? We came here against our will. We came here and stuff like we're in different circumstances. So America has a debt with us, right? America does not owe African immigrant anything. You know, America does not owe Indians anything. America does not owe Chinese or Vietnamese anything. You got people coming here entitled, and you cannot have a country that's going to last when people are coming over here entitled. You know, not only entitled, they're working against the country. They sit there and talk about, oh, America is going to fall because of the BRIC nation. Oh, look, why do I want America's dollar to fall? My money's in USD, you know? Why would I want some BRIC countries to friggin' take over the thing? And the black people support them, but the black people ain't got no money anyway. If you don't got no money and stuff like that in the bank and everything, of course you don't care, you know? I'll say Baruti says cultural, national, economic. I don't know what Baruti talked about. Baruti, man, is goofy as all hell. Yeah, cultural, national should have the three thrusts. Look, you know, the bottom line is we had all that cultural, national stuff. What we did not have was access to credit, education, and stuff like that in the mainstream of America. That's what Black America wanted. So I'm sick of hearing about we need cultural, national, and everything, while everybody, all these immigrants come over here and they don't want us to benefit from the same country that we live in. We're supposed to be on some kumbaya, Pan-African nonsense and everything. And then while they come over here and they go into the whitest schools, they go into all the stuff like that. They're getting all these grants and everything like that. But we've got to focus on some cultural nationalism, Ubuntu nonsense, everything. No, we want what's ours, right? Black America should have had a built access to U.S. Capital and everything. Why? Because we spend billions of dollars in this economy every year and everything like that. But we've never really coordinated with things saying, hey, if you're not spending with us, you're not hiring our people, and you're not doing business with us in your supply chains and everything, why should we support you? And black boycotting and stuff like that really works. Now, how do they get rid of the boycott? They get rid of the boycott by discrediting certain people who stand up. I don't think that a lot of people really know. They'll say something like such racist and whatnot, blah, blah, blah. And they'll make that person look like a radical. They'll call him a buffoon. They're radical. He's extreme and all this kind of stuff like that, to discredit him. And the person may be right, but he don't know how to articulate it. This is why I was talking about Yvette Carnell and all of them yesterday, right? Because the bottom line, the power of the black boycott is real. It's powerful. It works. The power of buying black and whatnot, and being selective about what brands that we're going to boycott and stuff like that. Years ago, the Final Call newspaper, Nation of Islam newspaper, did an article about all the black hair care products that was white and what was black, right? Right? I did not know Dark and Lovely was white owned. I was like, whoa, I didn't know that. We just think like this, and it made us conscious of this. Soft Sheen was a black owned company and everything. It was like this. They would go to this is white, this is black. And also a lot of things that we were using, like a lot of Dax hair grease, also like that, white owned companies. And we're like, people are like shocked. I didn't know that. I didn't know. And so therefore they put a conscious, and then a lot of these companies start protesting when they start being targeted by the Nation of Islam and stuff like that, saying that's unfairly targeted. Our sales are down and stuff like that. So this stuff, boycotting stuff work, but you can't have it work if you don't have a black consciousness. If you don't have a black consciousness, it's not going to work because you don't think it's necessary. Yeah, where we spend our monies, our black dollars really work, and that's how you get someplace in this country. If you really want to secure yourself in America, if you don't want this, if you think America is your country, you want to live inside this country, you better listen to every word I have to say. You better start talking about black empowerment, buying black, and doing right for the black community. That's the whole thing. You're not American, you are black in this country, right? And you're part of the black community. And if you get that through your thick heads and everything, you may get someplace. And so I want to play this video. I don't know if I got to find it first, folks. Let's see. Every time I do a video, there's a point I'm trying to do. Now, what you call it? Now, I'm gonna play two videos, right? One video I have this white guy critiquing Soul City, a failed racial equity project. They make sure it fails. Anytime white people glee over black failure is because they didn't want to work in the first place. They say, oh yeah, so what was the alternative to Soul City? They won't give you that, right? They'll say it was a failed project when I know it didn't have the support. It was undermined by not just white racists like Jesse Helms, but it was undermined by black so-called leaders like Andrew Young and stuff like that, who thought a black utopian city was out of the question and everything like that. So they didn't support it. The bottom line, if you start talking about building your own communities and everything like that, they don't like that, They don't like that. They don't like you talk about building your own communities and stuff, because if you build your own communities, you don't need them anymore, And black African Americans are the only group of people who don't need this system to survive. We're the only group of people that could trade and buy among ourselves and everything like that, and could be completely self-sufficient. Brandon, I was on Brandon's show today. We talked about that. We both agree that Black America really don't need the political process. We don't need any of this stuff in America anymore. We don't, And as soon as Black people figure that out, we get someplace. So did you figure out that we don't need Democrats, we don't need Republicans, we don't need immigrants, we don't need all these people of color, we don't need all these people, we don't need the gays, we don't need none of these people. We're strong enough to survive in America by ourselves. You know, we have everything we need to survive among ourselves. We don't need anybody else in America. You know, so that's Soul City.
County may not have heard of Soul City back in the early 1970s. It was one of 14 so-called new towns started under a federally funded program. It was the vision of Floyd McKissick Sr. to develop more than 3,000 acres of land in Warren County. It was supposed to be a Black utopian community with homes, jobs, and recreational facilities. While McKissick's vision was never realized, today Soul City still stands as a symbol of what could have been.
It could have been a wonderful city, brought together people of different races, allowed opportunities regardless of your background to excel, to be a part of a vibrant community.
Many of the buildings around Soul City are abandoned now, but new homes are being built and people are living in Soul City. Coming up tonight at 5:55 on WRAL, we look at the history of Soul City, what derailed the project, and the hopes for the future as we celebrate Black History Month.
I'm gonna get another pit. I thought it was longer.
It's interesting. Soul City, this is actually the name of the city that we are going to be in conversation about. It's in North Carolina. I had never heard of Soul City before, and my understanding is you, who grew up in North Carolina, before you got into this whole story, I think as a journalist, had never heard of Soul City either.
That's right. I grew up in Charlotte, North Carolina, about 3 hours down the highway from where Soul City was being developed. And it wasn't until I was in my early 20s and working as a newspaper reporter at the News and Observer in Raleigh, North Carolina, that I first heard about Soul City. And I can't tell you how many people I've spoken to in North Carolina who have lived there all their lives, who have never heard about Soul City, and a number of historians and scholars of the Civil Rights era who just haven't heard about Soul City, even though at the time it was a really momentous endeavor.
Does Soul City still exist?
It does. I don't think city is the right term for it now. It's a small community of about maybe 250 people. There is a subdivision that was built of the first neighborhood in Soul City with maybe about 70 homes that were built in the 1970s. And there are other things that were built that supported the community at the time that have been gradually abandoned. A healthcare clinic, a senior center, a fire department, things of that nature. So right now, I would describe it as a kind of rural community. It has a little bit of the feel of a ghost town because you can see a lot of the infrastructure that was being put in for a much larger city. And so it feels a little bit like a 21st century ghost town.
Huh.
But it still exists.
Did you go there and researching the book? Did you get to spend some time there?
I did. I spent a lot of time there, driving around, talking to the people who still live there. There are still some residents who moved there in the 1970s and who worked on the project who are still living there. And so I spent a lot of time talking with them and trying to understand their story.
Tell me about its connection and its genesis to the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. in 1968.
So as I said, Floyd McKissick was one of the major civil rights leaders in the 1960s. And he and King, they had led the 1966 March Against Fear together. They were quite close. McKissick was head of an organization called the Congress of Racial Equality, which was one of the more militant organizations in the late 1960s. And when King was assassinated, McKissick was already feeling as though the civil rights movement was sort of at a standstill, and that the laws that had been passed, they weren't doing enough to bring about economic equality. And obviously, this is something that Dr. King had increasingly emphasized as the 1960s went on, this idea of economic equality, not just civil rights. And so after King's assassination, Floyd McKissick stepped down from CORE. That was what the Congress of Racial Equality was called. And he decided that he would try to improve the economic lives of African Americans through what came to be called Black capitalism or Black entrepreneurialism. The theory was that that African Americans needed to own capital and needed to be able to accumulate wealth in order to have economic equality. And he envisioned Soul City as a part of that move toward economic equality.
So this wasn't okay. Move towards economic equality, but this it doesn't sound like. But you'll correct me if I'm wrong. That we could characterize this as, say, other, say, communes or attempts of creating a new society, a socialist commune.
Not at all, and it certainly was not viewed as a separatist community, or at least that was not Floyd McKissick's intent. It was sometimes misperceived as that. Some people, because of the name and because the founder of Soul City was African American, some people perceived that this was designed to be a separatist community, but that couldn't have been further from the truth. Many of the people who were involved in the planning and the development of Soul City were white, including Floyd McKissick's closest friend at the time and most trusted advisor.
I'll stop it right there. See what he said? See, Q, what he said? He said that it was perceived as a separatist movement. The bottom line is this. The power structure fears Black separatism. They really do. They feel, well, not because it's something, because it actually works. Black separatism actually works, and so therefore you got a country that's racist, don't like Black people, right? And then but you don't expect Black people to fight back. You don't expect Black people to hit back. If you basically keep beating somebody, right, it's pretty soon they're gonna get tired of you and they're gonna strike you back. And this is what I'm saying is, anytime we try to strike back and say that, instead of them saying, something, I understand where they're coming from. Why would I want to live in a society? We tell them all the time, we don't want you living in our neighborhoods and everything. Then when they make a serious attempt to build their own communities and everything, Soul City was going to be the prototype of the new communities all over America that Black people would have inherited for like 50 years. Can you imagine the last 50 years of these new prototype communities where the industrial zones, everything were controlled by Black businessmen and stuff like this? Black America would look different than it is today. We'd be dominating America right now. But because people was white fragility, they had to basically make it seem like, oh, it's not about a race thing. It is about a race thing. The fact that we are basically doing Soul City is because we're trying to build among ourselves. And that's what usually happened with the civil rights movement. We watered everything down. The civil rights movement only passed because they included immigrants, gays, Jews, and everybody else and everything. Had the civil rights movement been about Black people, it would never pass Lyndon B. Johnson's desk. It's only because they had all these other groups, labor unions, communists, and all these other people like that. So basically, Black people got to stop giving themselves a pat on the back for civil rights, because the civil rights movement would have never passed if it did not include immigrants from India, China. If they didn't include white women. Oh, no, another thing was white women. If it didn't include the feminist movement and stuff like this, it wouldn't have got passed. So it looked like all these groups of people were ganging up on the white heterosexual male. That's what this is all about, right? And to try to reach us America. So the white heterosexual, something, let's we're going to gradually integrate people and change society. What they do is They in the 1960s and 1970s, two different things. Look at any popular culture. Look at any TV show in the 1960s. Where was a woman in the house? Like the TV show Bewitched, who Elizabeth Montgomery. She was a housewife, you know. Even up to the early 70s, the Brady Bunch, Mrs. Brady was in the house. Even black shows, but All in the Family, Edith was a homemaker, whatnot. Then in the 70s, they start having TV shows and everything like Maude and Valerie and stuff like that. Basically, there was a lot of shift in American culture where you start talking about the women ad executive, the women executive on Wall Street and stuff like that. In the 60s, that it wasn't the case. Everything was done by men. There were no female detectives on police departments. There was none of this stuff like that. Anything that was done by men. So women, white women particularly, made a lot of gains in the so-called civil rights movement. They made a lot of gains, probably more than anybody else. Then next you had the gays, right? Make gays more acceptable. And then you have other minority groups, right? Hispanics and everybody else to try to rainbow it up a little bit. And then next you had black females and everything. Black females, that's the black females being oppressed by, they start putting this black females being neglected and repressed and everything. So let's give them a break and everything. The last on the totem pole for getting any sort of regress was the African-American male. And the civil rights movement was really started by the black male because we were trying to build our own communities. And they'll say when it all was all said and done, when the dust cleared, we got the least out of the civil rights movement. So please don't preach to me about civil rights movement and all stuff like this. It was not really a win. The only reason why all that got passed is, like I said earlier, is because the white man in America, it would never have passed civil rights. He would have went to his grave if he knew that black men, his number one competition in America, was going to solely benefit. You always got to sell us anything as minority rights, disenfranchised groups, or terms like diversity. All these vague and abstract terms like diversity, minorities, POC, and all stuff like this. And now you got black. They don't even differentiate between black immigrants and African Americans. You know, we're all black and whatnot. So even though your ancestors weren't not in the participate in the building of this country, you have the same rights as black America. You come and step over black America to get whatever you would get. And the bottom line is, it's the white man doing it. He knows what he's doing. The African-American heterosexual male is always going to be on the last of the white man's list. That's why I said it's time for us to take the power back, take the power back. The bottom line, once we figure out the fact that we don't need them and stuff like that, that we black men could get among ourselves and build and trade and fellowship and everything like that, That's why I say I don't get into these internet beefs and everything like that, because I know black unity is the best revenge for all this. I never forget who my real enemies are. My enemies aren't even people like Afro Stink Tank, even though, and you can't stand him most of the time. He's not my enemy, The white man who wants to see black men down and everything. Why? Because the white man fears black men. They have a fear of black men sexually and machismo, masculinity. All that strikes fear in the white man's heart. The only thing he has really is the fact that the police, law enforcement, and the fact that they in their mind thinking somebody's paying this nigga. He works for somebody and everything like that. Pretty sooner or later he'll get his, because he's gonna say the wrong thing to the wrong white person, and it's gonna straighten his attitude out. That's why they hate black men so much. That's why I think you got black men be minding their business in public or not, and they always got to be find something to mess with you over, to put you in a compromising situation, everything like that, because they don't like you. And the black men who don't understand that, right, you are a friggin' fool, because at all times they're trying to bring you down, out of fear. Out of fear, they want you to have a criminal record. They want you having a felony. They want you to be broken. They want your women to not like you. They want you to lust after their women, and so all this stuff like that is taking a toll on black men in America. And so that's why I said, that's why the College Genesis exists. That's why College Genesis, a culture critic, exists. Because I see what's important. Baruti says a lot of stuff, but he doesn't understand our culture. I understand what's going on with Black America. What he says, stuff like, yeah, is that is not important, you know? And the bottom line is, if you're not African American, you don't know what's important to our people. You let me decide what's important, you know? You can't be on the outside looking in saying, you need to do this. You know, no, that's you. What might work with Africa or among Africans, whatever like that, is not going to work. I know my people. I know what's important right now, what's urgent right now in our culture. Carla, you should re-explore the meaning of kind of cultural nationalism. I call myself a cultural nationalist, but the reality is I live in America. Reality is I have to deal with this situation at hand we give it. We're not, cultural nationalism always leads to independence in a nation state. Do you have a land for me to ultimately bring this cultural nationalism? No, you don't. Is there a state on the African continent that basically where we're the majority that I could bring this cultural nationalism to and manifest itself? No. So we have to, wherever we do, it has to be in the confines of America. And I have to reconcile with the fact that our people, a majority of people are always going to be here in America. So that sounds good, cultural nationalism, but that's not reality. And so that's what I want to say about that. So I thought civil rights include other Obama. Interesting. Civil rights included others under Obama. So Obama basically came with civil rights, and the bottom line, they hijacked civil rights, and they made it about all this left-wing stuff and this Mexicans or border. What does that got to do with civil rights? Giving illegal aliens the right to vote, citizenship, and all something like that. They basically hijacked the civil rights movement. And Black people will get out there and support it because they hated the word civil rights and whatnot. You know, do you know the Japanese compensation for what they lost in internment was passed on a civil rights bill in 1988? And literally a sticker on the bill that was going through Congress about civil rights. And the civil rights bill wasn't civil rights. It was basically to make to get rid of class action lawsuits on racism. People had to prove individual complaints on racial suits, right? So Black people didn't even know that they were actually going to lose during that bill, but they saw civil rights and yeah, civil rights, and they actually lost that bill passing. And on the way that bill being passed by Reagan's desk, they put a little sticker. A rider's a sticker. That means that in a place like that, they'll put a legislation, blah blah blah, section, boom boom boom. Japanese thing. We give the Japanese $22,000 right there. How does that get signed into law? You simply stick it on an existing bill, right? And when the president goes to sign the bill, that gets signed into law along with the bill. That's called a rider. So Black people talk about the Japanese, like the Japanese got their not reparations, but the compensation for the property loss on as a rider on a civil rights bill. You, the suckers, went for anything that calls itself civil rights, and that is the God knows truth, you know. I'm gonna open this up, folks. The fall of America. Where do you stand? You know, America comes crashing down. Where will you go? Where will you be? You know, where will you go? Where will you be? There's a link in the chat room if anyone want to call in and add to the conversation and stuff like that tonight. You know, conversation. Yeah, IC3 says black male got. He said black male got messed up with his white friend. Yeah, the bottom line is this, man. Every time I see a black man, like, man, I have white friends and everything, but we don't talk politics. You know, we don't. You know, we could talk business, anything like that. We could go play golf. You know, like I said, I'm in a professional world and I deal with all kinds of people and everything. I have no problem with dealing with other races and everything like that. But when it comes to politics, I leave it alone because the average white person don't want to hear what I really have to say, you know, and it leads to awkward situations. You don't want to hear what I got to say, you know. You don't want to hear what I got to say. You know, I may agree with a lot of people who say conservative talking points and anything, but I'm not going to talk to white people about them, you know. So that's my opinion on that. You know, I hate those type of black people who sit there like the Hodge twins and Tommy Sotomayor's and whatnot. They think they get around white people and they get Candace Owens and all these stupid people that basically get around white people and start talking bad about black people and whatnot, you know, to their white counterparts and thinking they're going to get some butter biscuit credit for for throwing black people under the bus or whatnot. I'm sorry, I just can't do that, you know. Yeah, Soul City is a proposed project. It was proposed, but the bottom line is it failed. It failed miserably. Soul City failed miserably because black people at the time, right, did not think it was necessary to build anything of their own. Now we look at it now, it's like, damn, man, we would spent the last 50 years doing that instead of talking about some urban renewal and all this kind of stupid stuff we into. We were basically for the last 50 years doing absolutely nothing, you know. We have to take ownership of the fact that Black America did absolutely nothing for themselves in the last 50 years, you know. And now is the time, right? Now is the time, you know. I'm gonna play another Soul City video, you know. Let's see if I can.
The legacy of Soul City lives on through people who remember when. It's been 45 years since the federal government pulled the plug on funding for this town. Many stories have been told about what it used to be, but I found that the soul in this city remains.
They felt very connected to Soul City, and I think symbolically this was the place where they wanted to have as their final resting place.
Every few months, you can find Floyd McKissick Jr. here.
My dad was buried here first back in 1991, and my mother was buried here in 2004.
They're buried in the heart of Soul City, land he owns today. A reminder of what could have been, a dream of his father's that never quite got off the ground.
Represented what he invested so much of his heart and soul in trying to bring Soul City to the place where he dreamt that it could be one day.
In 1969, Soul City was established. But by 1979, the multiracial community where everyone was supposed to have access to opportunity began to fade. Now, more than 40 years later, there are still signs it existed. McKissick was director of planning for Soul City at the time, working closely with his father. He told me majority of the funding used to build Warren New Tech High School came from Soul City. And the same for the Carr Lake Regional Water System that now serves 4 counties. This plaque inside the building recognizes his parents' vision. Today, the town is listed as Norlina, but some living here, like 72-year-old Geraldine Winston, remember the Soul City days.
It was so exciting.
She and her husband, William, believed in the up-and-coming town so much, they moved in this house 40 years ago.
But when all that got cut off, it was like, you know, a brick in your chest, like, wow, what happened? I wanted this to be a great place for my children.
Very, very hurt. But I had bought a house, so I wasn't going to leave.
The Winstons raised their children here. For years, living with disappointment. The once growing and bustling city drying up before their eyes.
Some of them moved out and some died out.
And as new people move into this community, many don't know the rich history of the place they lay their heads at night.
That breaks my heart a little.
The older folks know, but the younger folks do not know nothing about Soul City.
Lee Green's grandparents have passed on stories of Soul City to him. And as new houses are built in this community, he's hopeful.
They are growing out there, yes, they are. Yeah, they are. It might soon, you know, become popular.
And that's what McKissick predicts. Not the city his dad dreamed of, but one that allows everyone to have a slice of the American dream.
Love to see it developed. We're not talking about building a new town, but to see new homes, new people come into the area.
And McKissick says he hopes the story of Soul City inspires the next generation. He says it's our responsibility to pass on stories of this town to make sure this history is not lost.
All right. Hey, what's going on, Bantu? What's on your mind?
Hey, what's up? Good afternoon, good evening.
Good evening, yeah.
I like I like the topic of fall of America. I think Elijah Muhammad wrote a book called The Fall of America.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like what, 50, 60 years ago.
Yeah, he wrote a book for 60 years, but my whole thing is what he was talking about didn't come to pass, right? When I say is America's going to fall, is it's going to fall from within. And the whole thing is, I'm saying that Black America is not going to benefit from America's fall. We're actually it's going to come crashing down on our heads, because like I said, there's no escape from America. We haven't, over the last 35 years, I've been in the movement to build repatriation and stuff like that. I have not seen any fruition. Back in the early 90s, right? I used to say like this is what needs to happen globally for Black people to have something, and none of that ever materialized. I thought Nigeria was going to be a superpower by now. I thought all these countries were going to come up, the Congo and all the stuff like that happened. We had Nelson Mandela, that was a new president of South Africa. So I was hopeful, but I was wrong, And I'm looking at it now, when I'm looking at the Black community right now, I'm like, shit, you are geopolitically isolated on the world thing. You are basically, we're in a really bad situation as far as geopolitically,
Yeah.
And so, and I see all these people that come here to this country, and I tell them all the time, I say, look, you guys got beef with America, right? We have beef with America, but our beef is not your beef. Why? Because you guys came here voluntarily, And I just believe that we need to separate ourselves from these people that basically, like the Palestinians. What do I have in common with the Palestinians? Yeah, nothing. What do I have in common with the Mexicans? Nothing. I have nothing in common with the Mexicans, the Palestinians, and the LGBTQ. What are these people? What do these people have to do with us? But yet, Black people are the ones who make sure through our vote, we put these people in the power. And we get nothing out of it. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear a lot, a lot of Black people talking about the fall of America as if it's not going to affect them if, shit really happens. But, me personally, I don't care if it falls or not, tell you the truth. That's just me.
Me personally, I'm like this. If I'm going to make a move where I'm trying to get to the next level and stuff like that, if I really want access to the continent of Africa and stuff like that, I need America to be strong. I need America to be strong. You don't want to be in a situation where there's no planes flying. There's no, everything. You're stuck in this country. You know what I'm saying? Because the country is paralyzed for 10 years. There's no oil. There's no gas. And there's no anything when the electricity power grids are going out. I don't want to see that happen. I do not want to see that happen, And so,
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, yeah, I said realistically, nobody really wants to see that happen. I think it's more like fear mongering, but
it could happen, because the bottom line is, what the problem is? Black people and white people are so used to everything working here in America, so they don't think it can happen, And so when you go to any other country, right, the idea of the power grid going down is real. Remember that storm they had a couple of years ago in Texas? Remember that?
Yeah.
And people were frozen to death and whatnot because somebody had a good idea to make
windmills. They're going through it right now with what just happened.
What happened?
The tornado and the rain and shit. Still a lot of people, their houses got destroyed, man. Yeah. They've been without power for weeks.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, look it up.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, yeah, remember a couple of years ago, it was a wintertime.
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember that? The way they said, my pipes are, I felt like so bad. I said, I wish I could come down there and help you with. I was like, I'm glad I'm not in your position. Her pipes busted. It's frozen outside. She has no food in the house. And water's just gushing out of her thing in a dead set winter. There's no power because the windmills froze.
I remember that.
Remember that? I'm like, damn,
They're going through the same thing right now, but now it's even worse because a lot of their houses got destroyed totally. So they don't even have nowhere to go, get along something to eat. And this is, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, I've been through the last storm we went to here was 20 years ago. Hurricane Isabel was actually 21 years ago, 2003. And this area was devastated, trees down, power down for like weeks and whatnot. I'm like, damn. It was like, but luckily where I was living at, we had power, right? But a lot of people here in this area, power was down for weeks. It's like shit. They couldn't get it, and trees were down. Everything in the middle of roads when the roads were cut off, and it was just a mess. I could imagine that on a national scale. With nothing.
That Microsoft thing just happened. And
I heard about that.
Put a lot of people, behind on.
They try to blame it on a black guy. You see that? They try to blame it on a black guy. They try to blame it on a brother.
I didn't hear about that, but
no, they said a brother. They said I don't know if it was a joke or nothing like that, but they was basically saying this man causes Microsoft to whip down. Also, the brother was saying he was sitting there on the phone talking about, yeah, man, blah 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 blah. And also, I don't know if it was a joke or a skit or what, but it was like it wasn't a good look. They said this man caused the Microsoft to go down and whatnot.
Yeah, they was trying to say it was a software update or some shit like that. But everybody that was experts was saying like, how can that be a software update cause that big of a deal? So I don't know, but it could happen here in America, and it's gonna happen actually, because with all the things that's going on, like it's bound to happen.
Yeah, as soon as America ever gets into a war with like Russia or something like that, America is so unprepared, man. All they have to do is hit the national grid. This country will fall apart. They see how America acts when there's a storm or hurricane. If something ever happens where there's like a thing, how easy it would be to invade this country and take it over. Because everybody will be like, because America is so sick, they'll be like, oh, they'll see any troops come along. If you got water and supplies and everything, they'll listen to anybody. They don't care if it's Russian, the Chinese, whatever. They'll be like, okay, whatever. They don't care. Americans are that sick. They don't care. Because the way it goes right now, it's like the people running this country anyway might as well be a foreign government.
Yeah, just with national disasters, people are losing it. So if you imagine if a real invasion happens.
Yeah, invasion coupled with natural disasters and all that shit, country will fall. This country will definitely fall on its head. I'm like,
Carla.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
It would take a million years for America to fall the way that you're talking about it.
No, I'm saying
another country invading this country. What country would it be? Mexico.
Well, I'm saying. You believe America's invincible, but I don't think so.
No, I don't believe Americans invincible. I do know that these white people are crazy enough to start dropping bombs on everybody before they go out.
If the white people,
they ain't going. America ain't going down peacefully.
Check out, if that's the case, then how is it that?
Not.
Check this out.
And that means everybody becomes collateral damage.
How is it that the Palestinians a couple of weeks ago could go to D.C., right? Pull down the American flag off the flagpole at Capitol Hill, pull the flag down, burn it right in front of Congress, right? And raise the Palestinian flag.
Going down like easy, of course not.
That's been happening. That's been happening for the longest. The issue is just we'll make it seem like it's just Palestinians doing it. You gotta remember, these are like white liberal people doing it at the same time. I'm in San Francisco. Yesterday they had a big ass protest downtown. It was so civilized. They walk around with their little Palestinian things. And I'm just like, that's not going to change anything. And they know it's not going to change anything. It's just something that young people do to have something to say. Eventually, when they get older and they get out of college, they drop all of this fake ass identity.
I know that. I know that. As soon as they get out of college and
as soon as they get out of college, they become realists.
When they get in the real world, you could tell. You ever see these kids, right? They're so idealistic. I could tell. I'd say to myself, that kid ain't paying no bills. He ain't paying no bills.
Carla, my best friend, I remember this nigga. He was going to UC Berkeley. He used to invite me up there to the campus where they have these like liberal, socialist, communist type meetings, and I'll be up in there, and there'll be some dude talking about money. It's not real. Money has no value. And I'm just like, bruh, nigga, I just had to pay to get over here. I'm like, y'all retarded.
Okay.
And now that we out of that nigga's the biggest capitalist I know.
Yeah. And but it's all right for them to be suddenly see the light and become a capitalist, right? But everybody else got to sit there and be browbeaten into submission, like, oh, capitalism is evil and everything like that. You're evil and all stuff like that, you know. And like this, like I said,
if America does fall, we've been warned for the longest. So
yeah,
ain't no
the way I look at it as American Civil War, that was the best time for all the people that wanted to return and smack America around to get involved, and they didn't. It's going to be the same thing.
You guys said something. During America's Civil War, one thing that did happen during America's Civil War was America had a strong navy, and they basically set warnings to all the powers. Britain was the only one that defied the U.S. blockade, and it was aiding and trading with the South. You know, the rest of those countries stayed away from America during the Civil War, so America didn't have anything. Then you had the Cherokees who sided with the Confederacy. Mexico, I'm not sure in the history of Mexico what they do. I think they were pro anti-union.
They had just gotten their ass whooped. They didn't have time to be.
I didn't really know. Yeah, they did get their ass whooped. So they weren't really.
They were just getting their ass whooped. They didn't have time for anything.
You know, so that's what it is. You know, that's what it is.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So, what do you think about the Soul City video I played?
I think it's something that should be reconsidered. People should still invest
You think it's too late? 50 years later?
Hell no. One thing we got to stop doing is pretending like everything's. One thing I don't like about a lot of people, they always talk about shit like it's doomsday. Like, you know, we failed there. The place still exists. Go put money there.
So
if not, then in this case, Africa is a failed state. Why do people want to invest in Africa?
Check us out. Let me ask you a question.
You can take that money right back where we came from in the South.
We did yesterday, right? I talked about that Black empowerment versus ADOS FBA. Yvette Carnell says all this is a waste of time. Everything's failed. The do for self, Soul City, and everything we tried don't work. We got to have grievances and redress with the government. That's the only way. So don't do nothing. That's what the point I was talking when I was defending Jay Morrison. I said at least he did something. You know, may not like what he did and everything, how he handled it, but at least he did something. Yvette Carnell, ADOS FBA, they're like, the way they came at Claude Anderson, they was like, how dare he even talk about Powernomics, you know? And when you really look at it, the Soul City project is part of that Powernomics, you know, Black economic empowerment. That's where our people used to think back in the days, right? But then you have people like, no, that's not the way and everything. Well, I don't know what for, you know, what were they trying to gain from us? You know, Andrew Young was against Soul City, you know, he was against it, you know, and he joined forces with Jesse Helms. Remember racist Senator Jesse Helms? You know,
Andrew Young was a sellout.
Yeah.
I have learned a lot about elderly Black people, and I got an auntie. You go to her house, she has like Democratic memorabilia everywhere. Like she's really deep into the party. And I'm just like, I'm not mad. Like, I'm not mad at you, huh? I get it. Y'all grew up during the days in which white people were whooping y'all ass. Y'all couldn't walk down the streets and be happy. And now you're able to walk down the streets and you ain't got to worry about motherfuckers putting dogs on you and water hosing you down. So whenever you talk to her, it's like, y'all don't understand how it used to be for us. And I understand. I can't disqualify anything that they say. So I understand where they're coming from. It's just that we younger generation, we don't have the same viewpoint.
Yeah, so I agree. If we could build cities like Soul City again in America, some people may
don't
not
say if, Kyla. We can.
We can.
It's really just a decision.
You know,
it's really just a decision.
Well, no, what we have to do is it has to be so strong. Like when the Black Wall Street movement started coming out back a decade ago, everybody said we're gonna build our own Black Wall Street. When they heard about the Tulsa and everything, everybody like this buy Black movement, right? There's Black on apps and whatnot. You know, people buy Black and everything. But over the last 5 years, people have been getting out of that and talking about all they want to do is talk about reparations. You know,
the problem that I have is that it wasn't organized. You could look back at all the movements that we had back in the days; they were organized. But this whole even if we say, you know, we're going to go ahead and start doing buy Black, You got to be organized to do that. You got to have people that's out there putting out their information. This is where you go to. Or if you have a business idea, we're going to help you. If you need funding, we're going to support you.
Yeah, but the
No
thing
one
is,
organized it. It just like a social media campaign. We're just going to buy black. Like what?
check this out.
That's
But
it?
the thing is, O'Shea Duke Jackson, we used to do shows where this girl Erica would talk about buy black, show people how to get their credit up and everything. And when every time he did those shows, he got no viewers, right? When we start talking about ignorant stuff on that, his viewership is like way up there, you know? It's like that's what it is. Black people want to hear about cut me the check, give me my reparations and everything. They didn't want to take the time to talk about, okay, how can we build this and everything? That's presuming that we're serious people. And the serious people, what's sad is the people who are serious that can do that right, they get maligned by people who just want clicks and likes and whatnot. You know, oh, that ain't gonna work. That ain't work. Okay, that's a serious move they're doing when they're ready to put in work. Why would you? What are you gonna lose by them putting the effort into it? And that's why I said when people want to talk about Claude Anderson, yeah, I don't agree with everything Claude Anderson say, but I don't want to see him fail either. You know, I would say get behind him and see, let's see what he does. You know, but Carnell was like, we can't support him whatsoever because black empowerment doesn't work. You know, do for self don't work. Buy black don't work. That was her whole.
But Kyla, one thing I've learned, right, and it's a hard pill to swallow, is that Pan-Africanism don't work because Pan-Africanism being led by a whole bunch of unmarried people with no kids.
Mm-hmm.
Black nationalism really doesn't work because most black nationalists are unmarried with no kids.
Incels.
Literally. Or are they gay?
Yeah.
So back in the days, everybody was married. They had a family to take care of. They had kids to fight for. They cared about their.
100%.
These people are literally waking up in bed next to themselves with a vibrator. They don't. What is Yvette Carnell's not married? Is she?
No, she's a lesbian with a white chick. You know.
Go. Wow. Ooh, wow. Go figure. How can she lead anything?
That's a question I would like to ask. You know, when you say that, they say, "Carl, you're being homophobic and whatnot." You know, I said that's
not homophobic. We just being realistic.
That's a legitimate question, right? What stake do you have in? And hey, I have a wife, you know, and what you call it, I got a family and everything like that. So basically, I'm thinking about the future. You know, okay, this is what I want to do. You got people who have no intention of ever getting married, no intention of ever building anything and everything like that. So, and they giving advice like they got a future. No, your future is the corner pub, your apartment, and paying rent and everything like that. You know, the people that want to build actual communities. We got to get back to that point. Where are the black people that want to build communities? You know, then you have something to build upon. And then the people leading those movements are people that are married. They got communities. They're trying to build communities because they say this is where we have our. Hey, we're the people that love the most happiest time is when they're out with a family picnic or family reunion and stuff like that. Family oriented people or not, you know, that's what it used to be back in the days. You know, people were family oriented and everything like that. So it was it happened. Now you got people now where just basically who are single, whatever like that. That basically talk about leading movements and everything, and they talk stupid stuff, you know.
Unmarried leaders. They don't even live in a family, but they gonna lead a community or a country.
Umar Johnson.
It's kind of me. I was thinking about that because I was listening to some shit about whatever he was saying something earlier, and I was listening to him, and I was just like, bro, you giving advice about marriage and this and that, and you're not married.
And then now that he says,
like, who takes advice from this kind of people?
I have no idea. He imposes.
That's dumb.
You know. And the bottom line is, remember that time he was on that podcast, the Daily Wrap Up, and the guy said, "Well, I'm doing all that. I got a wife, kids, everything, but that's not enough. What about the woman that got 3 kids with no father in it? You should be out there." So in other words, you know how dangerous it is going to some woman's house where they got 3 sons or whatever. You see that video recently where a guy took his stepson to the barbershop and the father showed up. Don't you ever see that shit? That's what you got to go through. That's what Umar Johnson thinks. He really thinks that these men are going to let you near their baby mamas and shit like that, you know, talk about mentoring their son and all this stuff like this. Man, Umar's a clown, you know. Now Umar, 50 years old, instead of him talking about with Sukiyama, like, yo, she's a queen, and I got talking about his dick and everything like that. You know, he should be a man with a family and a wife, and
A wife and kids, and if he did have that, he would be a lot more effective.
Yeah, he would. People will listen to him, but we're to the point now where people are, oh, he got a good message. I don't care about his message. I look at the person, you know.
Yeah, the hell with the message. I want to. If I can't, I gotta look at you like I want to emulate this person's life to a degree.
Yeah,
and looking at him, I don't see anything unless my whole objective is to go around give saucy ass speeches, and that's nothing. That doesn't lead to anything.
And the bottom line, they're basically.
And one thing he said earlier, listen to him. He was talking about the reason why Black people don't have no political power is because we don't organize ourselves and vote as a voting group. Every other group of people vote as a voting group. I'm like, nigga, you've been saying this for years. Why haven't you created it yet?
Yeah, and not only that, you know what he said? He said, "Oh, Black people got to organize and everything." That's so to speak. I don't know if it's the same speech, right? Says the guy who doesn't take advice from any or work with anybody. We got to learn to work together. But yet he doesn't work together with anybody.
He don't work together with nobody, and he don't even try to organize the things that he said that we need. It's like, how can we look at you as a leader and you won't even take the advice that you're trying to give people to? I hate these types of people. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I used to be the one person that tried to be hella positive and be like, well, at least they doing something. No, y'all ain't doing shit.
They ain't doing nothing, you know.
They're not doing shit. Y'all just talking. Talking and collecting donations. Come on, man.
Watching for a while, you realize that.
What you call like Jamal be like, oh yeah, well he got a building, that dirty, rusty building and whatnot. You know, it looks like it's fucking got gangrene and fucking mold and shit like that. You know, and I wouldn't send my worst enemy to that shit. You know, well, at least he got a building and whatnot. Okay, he bought up some rundown property. What does he want, a medal for that? You know, at least he did something. Do what?
He didn't do anything. He rented a building. Anyone could do that. Congratulations.
And look who supports him, right? People who are irresponsible themselves. He's their hero. You got 5 kids by 5 different baby daddies and whatnot. Yes, Umar, I was like in the chat arguing with one girl on TikTok and whatnot. That's right, Umar, tell them whatnot, you know. Y'all should be out here doing this and whatnot, helping out single mothers out and whatnot. Like, Dr. Umar said this. Like, girl, what anybody gonna come in there?
For the last 20 years or some shit, man.
Like, please, you know. Like, please. Like I said, we live in a society where right is wrong and wrong is right, up is down, down is up, and everything's all twisted inside out. I mean, I look at the like, you wonder why we're in a situation where right now where people like they're going crazy, you know. Look who we're listening to. And because you know the sad part about it is because we live in social media, right? Umar Johnson knows all he has to do is wait for the right situation, like this girl that got killed in Missouri, I think it was, right? And he'll say the right thing. Illinois, okay. He's Illinois, right? And people are like, oh, yeah, he said the truth, man. Umar said it. Forgetting about, he knows that you'll forget about every stupid shit he did last week, you know? Because he said something good this week, you know? And he'll just run with that. And so he's like, damn, the money's coming in again. People don't forgot about how I fucked up with the conscious stripper. Remember the transgender dude, you know, Vivica Fox set him up on that show. You know, he was sitting there talking to a transgender, didn't even know it, you know? And a transgender was like, yeah, I had a little dingling hard, you know? I'm like, Umar's like, I didn't know. Had I known. And nigga, stop being so horny and shit, you know? That's how you get set up, man, you know? And Umar strikes me the type that would run up in a transvestite, you know? You know? I'm like, damn, stop being so horny and shit, you know? Damn, settle down with a woman, man, you know? You up there, yeah, okay, I'll see you when I see you in Miami. Yeah, we're gonna go out and yeah, you're gonna rub my feet and what else got stupid stuff. Okay, what does that got to do with the movement? You know? I'm like, geez, man, this is where we're at right now.
Back on the topic, United States is getting dismantled slowly but surely. Whether it's going to accelerate or just going to keep going slow is going to happen.
Yeah, it's
Why do you think? Why do you think that's? Why do you think that?
Let me ask my question. Let me answer my opinion first. Let me see. I really do believe, brother, there's too many people in this country that hate this country that want to bring it down from within. We didn't have that back in the 60s where like when Elijah Muhammad said that. You know, you got too many people. Like if you look at Kamala Harris, right? And she says all the stuff she says about diversity, equity, inclusion. You know, we don't need equality, we need equity and stuff like that. So in other words, let me give you a perfect example. I had an operation 2 weeks ago, right? A week ago. I had an operation a week ago, a couple of days ago, Thursday of last week, right? And I had what's it called? Cardioversion, right? That's where they shocked the heart back in the rhythm, right? And they had to put me on anesthesia, right? I knocked out, right? I was like, God damn, man. I was like, yeah, there's nothing to knock me out, right? And next thing you know, man, that shit was over with. And I woke up like 2 hours later, like, what happened? Oh, yeah, we already took care of it. It's done. I was like, damn. You know, the anesthesia works. Anyway, when I was in there, right, all the doctors and everybody else that was in there was giving me their credentials. They'll give me their credentials. I did 1,000 of these, blah, blah, blah. They'll reassure me every step of the way. Then the doctor comes in, okay, I'm Dr. Such and such, blah, 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 blah. This tech comes in, my name is such and such. They show me their credentials, the badge, everything. This is what we're gonna do right here, blah, 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 blah. You know, like this, like that. What that did was they know you're nervous, right? You're going to anesthesia, you know, you don't know if you're gonna come out alive, right? And basically what I want to know was I didn't care about if you're a minority. I didn't care about if you're a black woman and you just now in some program which you got diversity, equity, inclusion. I want to know if I got the best people working on me because my life was on the line. When you jump on an airplane, do you want to think that people are hired on the airline because they want a black woman or Indian woman there? Or do you want to know that person has a necessary training to land a plane? You know, you see what I mean? The diversity, equity, inclusion people don't think that matters. They believe in just having racial balance regardless of qualifications or whatever. It's more important to achieve a racial balance and everything, make everybody feel included. I said, when your life is on the line, like I said, when I was like this, I said, okay, you know, I did not give a damn what color these people were that was doing my cardioversion. All I know was I'm in the best hands. Top professionals were doing my cardioversion, you know? And so the bottom line is they did it. But what we have now is people will say that diversity, equity, inclusion until their life is on the line, you know? Do you want somebody, would you get on an airplane and they say, well, the pilot is a DEI thing, you know? They didn't do the right number of flight schools. We had to get them in there and whatnot. No, you don't want to hear that shit. You know, it's common sense. Kamala Harris thinks it's okay, you know, because she's a DEI product, you know, diversity, equity, inclusion product.
I won't lie, Colin. I believe in diversity, equity, inclusion.
Well,
When I look back at the years that all those white people were running everything and they were just crashing airplanes and all, and they were just doing a horrible job. I'd rather see black people. I don't
want to crash a plane at all. You know. So long as if the white person passed the crane, so long as they went through the same testing and skill level and everything, that's fine. You want to be diverse, that's fine. But I don't believe in making things easy for somebody just because they're black. That's the problem.
Kyle, you got to know they don't do it though.
Well, yeah, but her bottom line is, I think
they don't make nothing easy for a black person.
But the bottom line is, I don't think you do it. I think you should find another profession in. Like me, I'm in insurance, right? I'm in the top of my game. I'm in the top. You know, I got to do certifications every year. I'm about to start my certificate. I'm moving to a new office, right? So I haven't started my certification yet. It's long, hard. I got to do my national certificate because it's called AHIP, right? And then that takes me like a week to do, right? The course, it takes like a week. And then I got to do certifications for each of the companies I work for, right? About 8 companies I work for because I'm MGA. I got to get all mine done before my downline agents get theirs done, you know? So, but nobody gives me a break and everything. I got to pass those tests. I get 3 attempts. I got to pass all tests. I got to study my ass off, you know? So I'm like this. And also when somebody works with me, I want you to be the best you can be. You know, I want to see sales. I want to see numbers. I want to see all stuff like that. If I'm going to put the time and effort into you and invest in you and whatnot, I want to see sales, numbers, everything. I really don't give a damn about what color you are or whatever like that. I want to see results. And that's why we built our agency based on numbers, results, professionalism, everything like that, So I don't believe in that. Oh yeah, you're so good when those type of people, they can go someplace else. I believe in being the best. When I go to do something and I see your business and everything like that, are you the best? Are you the top of what you're doing? That's how I do business with anybody. Are you the top of your? I go in your office and whatnot. You're not organized, and when I call you and whatnot, you just basically you show up at your office late and stuff like that. You do all these kind of stuff like that. I don't want to deal with you, just because you're black. I want to see that you could match me on my level. If you can match me on my level when I'm doing business and everything like that, fine. And I'm glad that we got a team. 16 years, we got a freaking team I won't believe. I'm blessed to have the team I have. We put a lot of training and everything like that, and they believe in the concept of what we're talking about. We have our bowling, our annual bowling party coming up in 2 weeks. It's a fun time. We invite all our agents there. We have pizza and everything, beer and everything like that. We do bowling at the bowling alley and stuff like that. Everybody we give out prizes for who had the best sales for the last year and stuff like this. So we do a whole lot for our people in my agency and stuff like that. I'm good. I want the best. I want the best. I like professionalism. I want the best. I don't want nobody saying, okay, I got you in here and whatnot, like this. Like I said, I had people that come to me and whatnot. They want to do this, whatnot, but I got to keep holding their hand, stay on you and stuff like this. I got to keep calling you. What, you going to come to the office? You going to do this? After a while, I'm just like, forget it. You ain't serious.
Question.
You ain't serious. Go work for somebody whatnot. You can't work for yourself. All right, Chantel, what's going on? What's on your mind?
Queen Chantel has entered the building. Go on, my beautiful sister.
Hey, everybody. I was typing in your chat. And I think I'm blocked. I'm not.
Oh, I don't see you blocked. I see your comment.
Blocked?
It says.
Just don't give him your monies.
Yeah, that's the last time.
What further down? Yeah, I've been typing a lot, and it's like not letting me. I say what?
Something wrong with your computer. That's your last comment.
Now, what I was typing about was maybe it was what I was typing because I had typed in the chat that there's you guys were speaking about when you said something like there's people in America that want to see it come down, and I typed in there's like over 100 militia groups in this country that wants to overthrow the government. I learned about this like when I was in college and real young, and these militia groups. All of them are not racist groups. Some of them are very, very diverse. And yes, they have all kinds of people in certain militia groups. And some of them are racist. But the one thing they have in common, they want to overthrow the American government because they don't believe in, some of them don't want to pay taxes. They believe you should collect your own trash. And, there's different type of beliefs they have. So they even hire these militia groups like the police departments, when they shot on people, they actually hire militia groups. They're not police officers. They actually hire them. Like during the Black Lives Matter protest, lots of companies. I was in San Francisco, by the way. You say you're in San Francisco?
I am right now.
Yeah, they're doing the black movement, the Black Lives stuff and all that when they burned down Walmart and stuff. But anyways.
Yeah, it's called Antifa. In the Bay Area, it's called Antifa. It's like a group of diverse people that's hella anti-government. They put on bandanas, and then they just go around just destroying shit.
And they can blend back into white society anytime,
Up in Washington too, they were wilding out, wilding out. Okay, so anyways,
they did most of the damage.
Yeah. So anyways, there's a lot of groups here and a lot of people here that don't want to, they do want to see America come down. I for one would like to see them change their constitution. If you say all people are equal and all that, you need to change that. You need to get rid of your anthem. Time for a change.
America's not going to do that,
I know, that's why they got to come down.
So the bottom line, like I said, if we black, that's why we're black nationalists. We just basically say America is what it is. Let's look for someplace else. That's the way I see it.
That's the way I see it too. I do agree with that. But I'm saying there are people here that they're not no, we love America. No.
You got people here in this country, right? They basically, if you have a problem with America, I have no problem with that, right? You have grievances and everything like that. But don't sit here and tell me you're voting for Biden and Kamala Harris because you want to make America better. You know, there's nothing about Kamala and Biden that tells me that people want this country to get better. They know Biden's a bumbler. Let me perfect example of what I'm talking about, right? And I'm gonna prove my point. When you hear these people talk, right? It's like they say, you say, because of Biden, we got to friggin' import a lot of oil from Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia hung up the phone on Biden, humiliated Biden. Remember, they didn't take the Saudi Arabians didn't take his call. Those type of people take glee in the fact that the president of the United States was humiliated on an international stage. You know, or when something happens to America, like when American guys were kidnapped by Iran. Remember a couple of years ago, they were basically siding with Iran. You know. This is the only time in history, right, where people could publicly talk about treason, right, and get away with it. I know for a fact, as a black man in America, I can't do that, you know. And anybody black man who thinks they can do the same thing that these other groups of people do, you're a friggin' fool, you know. I know as a black man, I gotta keep my mouth shut about a lot of stuff like that because it's very dangerous, you know, talking against America like that. These guys come up and basically talk about up and open, talk about, I can't wait till America's currency crash. I can't wait to BRIC nation take over. What China? I said China's not going to take over America. China is, you know, even though China has a lot of American debt, it's not going to happen. The dollar is still going to be stronger than the yuan. You know, that's what it is. And then no, China's going to take over. I said China sells its stuff to America. China's a third world country. You know, it has a lot of money. It's a third world country. It really has nothing. You know. And
China makes products for America. We could shut their economy down and switch it over to another country.
It's cheaper, you know. China doesn't consume. In order for you to be a first world country, like Japan, 90% of Japan's products are consumed by Japan. You know, less than 10% are exported. You know, and it's still at the same volume as what China does. China has no domestic market for anything. You know, because like
Carl, you know what I think is dumb, right? You spend African people. If they were really focused on trying to make sure Africa was developed, or even some country like Nigeria,
right?
Nigeria should be over there trying to dazzle with the West, saying, you know what, you're right, to hell with China. Send your manufacturing jobs over here. We can get the job done.
Yo, did you hear? Were you on the show the other night?
But that ain't what they do.
Now, look, you're a millennial, right? You're a millennial. I'm a Gen Xer, right? Yeah. My generation, right? My generation produced Carl Kanai, right? We read the books. A lot of us are college dropouts and everything, but we read enough in college, right? How to do manufacturing, how the world works, supply chain, stuff like that. Carl Kanai, right? When he made Cross Colors, he had a factory, a young guy in his 20s, right? His first year, $45 million, right? And he could imagine if he would have, how much money he could have saved if he opened a factory in Nigeria. If Nigeria could have been what white corporations using in China, right? But it never happened, you know. And I always started during that time period that we would move our manufacturing as we showed that we had a product. You had FUBU, you had all this stuff like that. You had these clothing lines and everything. I figure at least with the clothing lines, Black people would be able to have a manufacturing base, you know.
Yeah, you know, but Nigeria doesn't have manufacturing capability.
Yeah, but yes, hold up.
But they can have it because China didn't have manufacturing capabilities in the beginning. Americans literally went over there to China to go help them make them have that ability.
China already got the infrastructure. In Nigeria, you have to wait.
No, China was on the same level as Nigeria, bro. It's Nigeria. All you have to do
now, not back then.
Check this out. All you have to build is industrial zones. That's all you do. That's what 90% of your stuff like that. Matter of fact, to make my point, I'm gonna play a video. Hold on, give me a second. Okay.
But it's too many factors of why United States is falling, like debt, the petrodollar's done. I mean, it's just so many things that's happening. People don't even.
Petrodollar's not going nowhere.
What do you mean it's not going nowhere?
That's not going nowhere, bro.
That's not going nowhere, bro. That's another hype they put out there. The petrodollar's not going nowhere.
They didn't re-sign the contract.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. The global currency reserve is the petrodollar. It's always going to be like that.
Now the weirdest thing is, Kyla, brother, I don't think people understand that the dollar was a reserve currency before the petrodollar.
Before the petrodollar, you know, so
It doesn't change anything.
afterwards. So betting on America to fall and all stuff like this is not going to get us any place, you know. Okay, I want to play.
That doesn't change.
Okay, free trade zone. This is all you need, right? Like I said, they're planning on building back in the days. Let me see. Let me play.
See, that's what's wrong with people. They think they're like United States is too big to fail. Like what they did when they built out the banks is too big to
Nestled
fail.
on the Atlantic coast at just 60 minutes drive from the commercial hub of Lagos City, it is well integrated with excellent connectivity. Integrated within the secured free trade zone are a deep sea port with a wide range of diversified industries, food industry, logistics and warehousing facilities, marine industry, liquid storage cluster, petrochemical industry, a centralized utilities cluster, gas supply from inland, an international business park, an exclusive residential zone, dedicated living quarters, and a high-end mixed-use zone. With multi-purpose deep seaport facilities, Lagos sits to be more than just a transshipment hub. Manufacturing enterprises can capitalize on efficient, hassle-free, and the global network provided by this world-class port and free trade zone. Planned along with world-class infrastructure and dedicated utility services, the industrial zone will serve the needs of various industries, such as the port-related industry, logistics and warehousing facilities, food industry, and others. The Marine Industrial Zone is located next to the seaport, with provisions for platform and jetty services. To the west is the liquid storage cluster, designed in modular sizes of 5 hectares each to hold different types of liquid for processing within the free trade zone for global exports as well as domestic market. To the north of the Lagos Free Trade Zone is the petrochemical cluster. An industrial symbiosis is created with its synergy with the liquid storage cluster and the centralized utility zone. Lagos Free Trade Zone is a custom bonded area with round-the-clock security to ensure a safe and uninterrupted business environment. At the heart of the development is an international business park, serving as an operational headquarters of leading businesses in the region. Surrounded by lush greenery and cooling water bodies, the park is set to adopt world-class sustainable practices. The residential zone is intentionally carved out of its natural surroundings. Embraced by natural water bodies and greenery, there are a variety of housing typologies to offer. Well-placed and within reach are social and community facilities, such as clubhouse, healthcare, education institutions, recreational areas, and others. Adding to the residential zone is the facilities-equipped workers' housing, dedicated to those working in the free trade zone. And finally, the mixed-use zone is an upscale hub of commercial and retail activities, with retail mall, cinema, service department, and others. Lagos Free Trade Zone, a truly world-class integrated development at the forefront of serving the growth of Africa business. Lagos Free Trade Zone, a Tolaram Group venture.
So what is that? Something that they're building right now? Or?
Yeah, it's been ongoing for a while, like 15 years. And what I'm saying is this is an excellent place for okay, so basically what I'm saying is the manufacturing zone, we didn't basically or really buy into that because, like I said, this is where Pan-African actually works. Nigeria would be the perfect place to build factories and everything. As you see, the free trade zone, You got industrial zones, business parks, and stuff like that. That's where factories are built. You know, manufacturing, warehousing, logistics, all stuff like that, mixed use stuff like that, residential business and everything like that, areas and whatnot, the deep sea port and all that. That's where stuff built. But we don't have the business people in America who see the time and effort to get involved in West Africa. Because bottom line is building factories over here is next to impossible because of cost. You know,
and red tape and everything else.
Yeah, red tape and everything. You know, so
that's why I always suppose dropping it off in Nigeria. I mean, the minimum wage is $40 a month.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could build a factory
$40 a month
instead of paying people $30.
We could be nice and give them $100, $200 a month. They'll still be happy,
and you still get
and they'll be doing well.
And so see, that would be such a cash cow if black people. But right now, I ask a question: where are our clothing man? We lost everything. We lost everything over the last generation. You know, the millennials didn't pick up the ball. The millennials, no offense, right, are content creators, right? We produce Karl Kani, we produce the Puff Daddies, the Master P's, stuff like that, the Miltons, everything. The millennials, all they do is content create. Oche, a content creator, you know. I'm like, dude, man, you can't. There's no much you could content you could rate. We gotta start creating manufacturing creators, you know, industry creators.
I agree.
Yeah, content creation, man. Come on, I'm so done with content. You know, that everybody's got a YouTube now. But then again, I'm fighting a losing battle because what they're saying now is you got kids out here now that got Instagram accounts or whatnot. I looked at Instagram. I said, well, what does it talk about? They put a stupid video out there and they get 150,000 likes. You know, the Instagram do, they go to them and say, oh, they have sell our product and everything like that because you got all these likes. That means you got all this thing. That's almost like having your own television station. You can get 150,000 likes per video. That's a lot, you know?
Well,
and I'm like,
same thing with TikTok. You get a decent amount of followers or a decent amount of engagement. And they gonna cash you out.
So therefore, that's easier than going into manufacturing or business and everything. Everybody's is an influencer. You know, being an influencer is a new thing. How do we stop this? We know. We're just stuck.
Well, the good thing is that everybody may want to be something, but not everyone's going to be able to do it.
That enough people are doing
that would bring people back to reality.
Did you see that one video where the kid was like, I want to drop out of school, told his mother, black kid, that I want to drop out of school and do TikTok and all that full time? It's like,
she smacked them.
Yeah, you don't get the fuck out of here.
A lot of kids want to do that now.
Yeah, that's what I said. They want to see, they get their taste of that money and everything like that for doing nothing. You think they want to work at Taco Bell? No. You can't tell them work hard and go here and like this. They're like, shoot, I'm making money right here, man. Look at their account. They going out spending time all day. There's no discipline in themselves, and they get reckless. You know, if you don't,
I don't sugarcoat it, Colin. If you can do it, I encourage you to do it. Make that money.
Well, if you can do it, the bottom line. But look what they're doing to do it, though, bro. You agree with the fact that these guys are going out there doing pranks in public? It used to be white boys doing pranks. Now you got black kids out there doing pranks.
I mean, listen. If that's what you got to do, and as long as you're willing to take the risk and suffer the consequences, possibly get popped.
That's why I say you might try to. I'm gonna make you suffer. You know,
that's not my thing. You know, I hope you don't ever try to prank me. It's not going to end well, but
bottom line, everybody pranking, acting stupid online and whatnot. And I say, and that goes out to the culture. Like that's what we are. Everybody's some sort of asshole, you know, and stuff like that. You know, everybody's an asshole. The more of an asshole you get, the more views you get. You know, so it's not going nowhere. There's no incentive. Just like there's no incentive for somebody to do right and whatnot. Well, if I would do right, then I ain't gonna be able to sell a record. I gotta have a criminal record. You know, I gotta have my. You got to have a felony to be with me, but you know the bottom line is this: you got to have a felony, a rap sheet there to get signed for a record label.
Drake ain't got no felony. Kendrick ain't got no felony. J. Cole ain't got no felony.
Bottom line,
E40 ain't got no felony.
But the average
don't let me go down the list about people who ain't got felonies.
Yeah, but those are special dudes. You know the average.
You mean the average people that want to talk about knocking people down?
Yeah,
they gotta live a life.
They gotta go out there and put them life on the risk. We had 250 rappers killed in the last 3 years. You know, because they ain't got their looks of Drake and all them. When I do reality,
Man,
majority of rappers, put their life on the line when they get out there because they don't piss so many people off on their shit they say.
Kyla, when they say 250 rappers kill, a lot of them be aspiring rappers.
All right, so rappers are rappers. Let me see if I can
I'm trying to make it in the game. I ain't made it yet.
And none of
A person like that would get popped and they'll still elevate it.
Well, it was a whole man. Somebody did a whole breakdown on that show I was listening to. They like put life insurance on these dudes.
Oh yeah, right. Life insurance. Yeah, they know they're not gonna live. They get that payout.
Yeah, they give them a deal, give them a quick little 6 figures and make them pop. They know they got, they in the street for real, so they gonna get killed. So,
I ain't gonna lie though, that's more of a business thing in general. Amazon and Walmart put life insurance on their employees.
Yeah, corrupt business.
no, but the return on that is like they getting killed so fast, like man.
Okay, look at his rappers
A
killed.
Walmart employee ain't gonna get killed as fast as one of these guys that's out here rapping.
Scott LaRock, he said he's gonna wait.
It makes a difference though, because when you do your life insurance, they ask you what kind of life are you living? Are you a felon?
Yeah,
all of this and all that information.
They ask you.
So they're not gonna get no big payout if you're a felon.
No, they'll say is, are you involved in any criminal?
Have you been arrested for a DUI in the last 10 years? They ask you all of that stuff.
They would disqualify you as your medical records.
Yeah, you think these insurance agencies got some kind of scruples, man? I don't.
No, I mean we sell policies to anybody that can afford them.
Yeah, they sell it to who can afford it, but if they feel like you're a risky person.
The underwriters are the one that basically.
But that's the whole point. They want the risk so they can get the payout.
Insurance companies don't get the payout if they adopt another risk.
If you live a dangerous, reckless life, whatever like that, the underwriters, whatever, they have a clause where they could cancel your policy at any time. The underwriters, they'll say, you engage in skydiving. What they'll do is this. And they'll say, do you engage in...
Kyla, you ever notice that when you do your life insurance, they ask you, do you plan on going out the country anytime soon?
Oh, yeah. That's another thing.
They would literally chop your shit. Oh, you're going to be in another country? You're going to Nigeria? Nah.
Yeah. Also, like
let us know when you come back.
Airplanes, also like that. And also, let me tell you something. Another people don't understand is if let's say you go out there and get killed, right, and you was in a dangerous situation, they could deny the claim. They could deny.
Yeah, they can. They can deny claims over anything.
Yeah, I mean,
so when you say these record labels, they putting life insurance on rappers.
Special clause. They have a beneficiary.
Yeah, but it's not life insurance.
It's like accidental insurance, It's like accidental insurance. It's something else. It's like business.
Yeah.
It's like
business insurance. It's not what you thinking of.
It's not a life insurance policy you buy for your mother or kids. It's a certain special type of insurance that business when they employ, like key business.
You should know, Colin. You're the expert.
Yeah, so I deal with that. Insurance is not easy, but it's good business, but it's not easy. I'm moving into annuities. That's what I really want to get into. We're about to have a meeting next week. I want to move annuities. Annuities, when I can tell people all the time, you want to go to Africa or live on the continent, right? If you got 401k, move it over to an annuity, right? Roll over to annuity or start an annuity. You're in your 20s or 30s, start yourself an annuity, put the money in every month for that. By the time you're older in your 50s, 60s, you're ready to annuitize. You got a payout for life. You pay out for life. Once it annuitizes, it pays you out a benefit for the rest of your life. And when you die, the benefit goes to whoever you heir it to. Annuities are the best form of insurance. There's variable annuities where you could basically get a straight pay, where you can get a put it in like stocks and stuff like that, which sometimes your stocks may go up and down per month or whatnot, depending on how the stock does. And it's fixed annuities. I deal with fixed annuities. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff like that. And I will say like this, if you're going to go move to the continent, you should have a life insurance plan. you should have an annuity or something like that, or a pension or 401k, something like that. That's what the Europeans do when they live in Africa, whatever like that. They don't go in there freaking hand to mouth. They got pension and whatnot that they port over and they live cheap in Africa. I'm seeing way too many people go to the continent and they ain't got a pot to piss in and they gonna make it. You know, what the hell is all that about? You know?
God bless their heart. Going over there with $10,000 thinking like, oh man, you know, this is gonna last. We're not Africans. We are not Africans.
10,000.
We're gonna run that generator into the ground and buy another one immediately.
Yeah, and not only that, man. You know what the most expensive thing in Africa is? Transportation, man. God damn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it takes out $50, $60 a day you're looking at.
Yeah.
Easily. You know, transportation getting around. You know,
especially if you're one of them people that don't have nobody over there that's gonna speak on your behalf, you're gonna be getting scammed all the time. They're gonna be negotiating in bad faith with you.
Paying money.
Yeah.
And Chantel said, "Why not you buy a car? You know how hard it is to get a car in Africa. You know,
how hard it is to drive a car.
Yeah, to get a car.
I mean, we complain about weirdos driving dumb out here. Over there, it's a whole new level of dumb.
Chaser, I could not drive in Liberia. I could not drive in Liberia. It's too dangerous. My driver is good. My driver I use, he's good. I can't do it, man. I'll be in an accident because I'm absent-minded and shit. You know? God damn, man. No, I couldn't do it, man.
Colin, these people would be speeding the hunk at you, hit your car. They'd be like, "Why did you do that? Why did you do that?"
They'll curse at each other, "Motherfucker you, fuck you, motherfucker you," and then 2 minutes later, like, "Hey, how you doing?" I said, in America, you say "fuck your mother," somebody's gonna die.
Yeah, that's all.
You know, I said, like, "Fuck you, fuck your mother, fuck you, some bitch."
They be on some weirdo shit.
And then also 2 minutes later, they see each other around the block. Hey, how you doing? You know, like I said, wish we were like that in America. Shit, and you know, that's what it is, man. You could ever get a car problem in Africa, you're good to go. That's half your problem. Then you gotta have a driver to drive for you. I would not drive in Africa. You know, hire a driver.
Yeah.
And you always hire.
The only time I ever drove in Africa was in Rwanda because the roads are nice.
Yeah,
they ain't chaotic. In Nigeria, it's chaotic as hell.
I can see myself driving in Namibia. They got nice, brand new roads, nice. Or Botswana or South Africa, you know. I can see myself driving there, but fucking West Africa, hell no. You know,
driving to West Africa, you're gonna get so many police zones and military stops.
You always gotta have
come on now.
For your police, man. Always make sure you have cash on you. You know. That's how you get to these little bullshit checkpoints and shit.
Oh God, what do you have for me now? Feed your brother. Welcome.
I got some small for you. Some small. Come on, some small. Big man. Can I get some small? You know. All right, you know, take care. You gotta take care of your police with some small. You know.
Hey, Kyle, I flip that shit. They be like, big man. I'm like, nigga, your belly's sticking out further than mine. I think you should be feeding me at this point.
Yeah, well, they don't know. They call in Liberia. They call it's not about what you look at, what you look like. It's like they think you're important. You're a big man. You're what they call a tanu. In Liberia, they call you a tanu. That means a big shot, big man. You know, you're the boss. You know, boss man, big man, boss man.
Over here, they say big men are a dogu.
Yeah. So that's like so they basically like there's not an insult to them like that. It's basically like, oh, you're a big shot. You're a big man. You're well taken care of and whatnot. You know, you're flashy.
You make more than me.
Yeah, that's like you got money, basically. But yeah, that's what it is. You gotta know all these terminologies when you go to the continent, man. You know, I think people should go to the continent more often, man. You know, because like I said, you know, if I have no problem with you have people going to South Africa and looking at homes and buying homes. You see Mark Blanton's thing. I might play his video. Buying homes in South Africa and stuff like that, and doing that thing over there. One like Southern Africa is really beautiful, you know.
Now, as far as moving people to Africa, the only people I ever invited was either relatives or close friends. A cousin of mine, she moved down there to Ibadan.
Where's that?
It's somewhere near, not far from Lagos. It's another state though.
Right.
And then my sister, she got her visa. She was supposed to come. She's planning on coming. a couple of cousins. One of my youngest cousins who just had a baby, she wants to move to Nigeria. I'm like, come on.
Now check us out.
That's cool.
But
as long as you come and you're aware that I'm tracking you down everywhere you go. You're not about to just be out in Nigeria being, putting yourself in danger.
That Lekki Free Trade Zone look like an ideal place to live. If you got a business and stuff like that, where you got cheap labor, we don't think like that. You say all we nearly need, right, is a place to manufacture. But we don't manufacture nothing no more. We had the clothing industry in the 90s, but we don't have any nothing no more. Only thing I can think of is black people have.
Kyler, the way I look at it, we don't have to do it anymore. The only thing is we have to do is be willing to just be like, you know what, we're going to take a risk. And we're going to set up these manufacturing warehouses in Africa.
Right.
And it's our ideas. It's our investment. We're going to pay them to do the work. Exactly. We're going to pay them 3 times the minimum wage to do the work. Make sure they have a living wage.
We'll even form our own labor unions.
We'll have our own monopoly in the game.
We have our own monopoly on labor, because we pay everybody
exactly.
double,
And in that way, Black America rises up financially, and Africa rises up financially too.
Exactly, but we can't get people on the same page because we got people like Nakmizi. Don't go to Africa. Let them figure it out themselves. Hey, come on.
Y'all don't really believe the fall of America. Y'all think the dollar is just gonna go on forever and ever, right?
No.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. I'm a firm believer in diversification. I have dollars. I have pounds. I got euros. I got rubles. I got naira. I got Kenyan shillings, Jamaican dollars. You don't have to have all your money in dollars, bro.
And also,
you can diversify.
Also, bad too. Gold. Black people aren't buying gold. Remember back in the days, South Africa had the rand. The rand was equal to the dollar in value because it was backed by gold. The
Naira used to be equal to the dollar too back when they got first.
Yeah, that was back when they first got independence. That was a long time ago.
Now, during the Vietnam War, when America was spending all that money,
and also the currency was pegged to the British pound. It wasn't just like a free currency.
That's the only thing that's keeping America from not falling is all this shit is pegged to the dollar. But all these countries is trying to de-dollarize. So
now let them try, man.
Nah, they're not de-dollarizing. Don't believe that crap. They'll de-dollarize and then go ahead and start buying American debt. That's not de-dollarizing.
And they were de-dollarizing. Why, after all these years, Iran still had billions of dollars in the Federal Reserve in America? Why? Because that money's safe. That's why people put money in it. I had hammers and
I heard that a lot of these countries trying to take their gold out of United States.
They ain't going nowhere. America will find a way how to throw sanctions on them or something like that. They'll do something. The media will say, that country is
Are you talking about the same country that put sanctions on Russia and said we ain't giving you your money? You mean that country?
Oh, America?
Yeah.
They didn't really put sanctions. They didn't really put sanctions on Russia, but they could with Iran. Come on.
Yeah. Sitting up there holding on the Russians' money. You think we're gonna hand over gold?
They've been
this trifling ass country.
I had people, my Angolan partners, tell me I didn't understand how this worked. Right? They told me the reason why they're getting close to Black America, right? My Angolan partners, right? They said, well, we want people to represent us in America because we want to put some of the Angolan bullion into the U.S. Federal Reserve. I said, why you do that? Because that's the safest place for gold bullion is the U.S. Federal Reserve. And they can borrow credit against it. Credit against it.
United States got a debt that they can't even pay.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. America, as long as America basically.
Wait a minute, brother. Why do you think the United States can't pay the debt?
America has a $30 trillion a year economy, bro. That's not going nowhere.
How many trillion? Say that again.
$30 trillion a year economy. That's
the debt that we owe could be paid in a couple of years. It ain't that deep.
It's nothing. It's nothing.
It ain't that deep. You got to stop falling for the doomsday hype.
That's what I said. These people that be online, America's gonna fall. America's gonna fall. When the bottom line, remember that Y2. You guys probably remember this, the Y2K thing back in 2000. Remember that?
I remember.
Okay, yo, Bantu. I'm not trying to clown you, nothing like that. Don't tell me you was one of them went and got a bunch of credit cards and charged them up.
Nah.
He went to the store and bought up a whole bunch of canned goods. It was sitting in the middle of the nowhere, like, all right, God, here I go. He seen that movie Left Behind. He was like, Jesus, please.
Hell no.
Yo, a lot of people got credit cards, right? They went out shopping and whatnot. They said when 2000 comes in, it's all gonna be erased and whatnot. Guess what?
I remember that shit though. They said Y2K.
What?
So
man, I remember I was little. I was up in church and they was talking about everyone praise. Everyone. I was sitting there like, Mama, what's going on?
I was probably like 18
and then 12 o'clock, he'll be eating breakfast.
Yeah, right.
Man, the scary days gotta stop.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not falling for a doomsday or none of that. I'm just saying.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah, they've been talking about. I'll be thinking the same thing. Oh, go ahead.
I wanted to know, did you guys, any of you hear the El Salvadorian president or whatever you call him? Did you hear his speech from? I think he was in America. His last speech in America he gave, and he was warning his citizens about America. He said it flat out that America is crashing, sinking. And you need to get ready to come back home. You can pull that up, Kyle.
He wants his people to come back. You didn't say anything.
Listen, a lot of these immigrants that's coming over here, they find out it ain't sweet, and they taking their asses back home. So
yeah, they was sold a bill of goods, except for the black immigrants.
He have access to
Immigrants
information.
will stay right here, no matter what.
He was the president. He has access to information that regular citizens doesn't. And he said, oh, for sure, it is sinking. And you have time to come back home, but you better hurry up. That's what he said on national television.
Well, he wants people to come back because his country's safe now because they got rid of the gangs.
No, he said because America is sinking. It's in trouble.
Oh, yeah, I know. But yeah, he's trying to sell his country back to his own people, you know.
Yeah, he's trying to trick his people. America ain't sinking in nothing.
But people got this.
The only thing we sinking is people don't know if they're a man or a woman anymore. That's just about it.
The culture and the morality of America is sinking, but the dollar's not going nowhere. You know.
Okay, so if y'all feel that way, I don't understand why you left America.
Well, we can expand, right? We could expand and we could build and stuff like that any place else. I think, like I said, like Jonathan said, right? An excellent place to build. Black America don't have any manufacturing. We don't. I don't want to hear nothing what anybody say until that factor is recognized. Where are our industrialists? You know, well, I play the top 20 black businesses in America. They're manufacturing. But imagine if they could build some of those factories over on the continent. How much money could they expand?
They can increase production like crazy.
Like crazy, you know? That's all.
It's not about people leaving America because we feel like America's doomed. I will be the first one to acknowledge that you as a black person, right? If you want to help your people, your mindset has to be global. Exactly. You can't keep Black America limited to the United States of America and say that we are competing. I'm one of those people that believe that Black Americans are a great people, and I think we're better than a lot of other people. White included, Asian included, all of them. And we should be competing with them in everything.
We should be in Japan right now. We
should be competing with them in everything. Not sitting there saying we some little people in America. The hell with that. We're a global people. We're a dominant people. And that means that we should take our intelligence and drop it all over the world. So me and a couple of friends of mine, well, we're so just nonchalant. I'm walking down the street and I'm like, man, Nigeria, I don't really have any libraries out here. So we come up with a plan. We're like, you know what, we're gonna build a library out here. We're gonna put one over there and over there and over there. We'll name that one Malcolm X Library. We'll name that one Rosa Parks Library. We'll name this one Khalid Muhammad Library. We'll go to the Nation of Islam, ask them if they want to put a library over here. Why not? I'm all for it. I think the world should think the way that Black Americans think.
Um,
That's how great
Like
of a people we are.
inside of everybody is a Black American, African waiting to be born. I believe we're just the greatest people on the planet.
That's my viewpoint.
I can agree with that, but if America really wanted to help Africa, they could have
We don't care about America anymore.
1 second.
You know?
They could have been outsourcing the jobs that they've given.
They're not going to do it. They're not going to do that. That's fine.
They're not
outsourcing to the Indian jobs. They could have been putting it in Africa. Is the reason why they don't outsource to Africa.
No, that's
the reason why they don't outsource to Africa. One of the reasons why is Africa has not been putting itself in the position to receive the outsourcing jobs. They're not doing it.
Why not? I think they possibly can.
I don't know. I don't know why they're not doing it. I don't know. But I know that countries that have been pushing towards that, you get a country like Rwanda who said we're going to fix our roads, solve the crime problem, solve the instability problem, and their economy's rising.
They do have countries like that's what I'm saying. Like I think they're very much in a position to
And they're getting the investment that they need.
No, I'm saying they just probably now getting it, but I'm saying like they could have been outsourcing to Africa if they really wanted to help. They don't want to help Africa.
The thing is, I would say that they couldn't have. The reason why they haven't been doing it because they couldn't. No matter what country you want to look at in Africa, they were always unstable in so many ways. Whether they was having coups, Nigerian had about I think 5, 6, 7 coups.
Okay, but
like constantly within a 10 to 20 year span.
Do you think India more stable than Africa? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
They're very much more stable than Africa.
That's the plain truth, you know. And the bottom line,
that's just a reality. We're not going to sugarcoat it.
Reality that you know.
Are they're more stable than America?
Check us out. Look at Vietnam, right? Vietnam was a shithole of all shitholes in 1980. Now they're a major industrial, commercial, financial power in the world, you know. And the same countries in Africa didn't rise at all in that same period of time.
Same thing with Japan. Wasn't Japan like Vietnam?
No, Japan was always
Japan was industrialized.
Japan was industrialized. These countries, Japanese capitals would develop Southeast Asia, you know. And so the bottom line, Japanese
it was China that was.
No. It was
No. China was like a big ass nothing burger.
China's a third world country. It's nothing, you know. Yeah. Japan basically took when they tried to double the dollar, the yen against the dollar back in the days, right? And they failed. The United States failed, right? And they met. This trilateral commission met to try to double the dollar against the yen, right? Double the yen against the dollar, whatever. And anyway, when that failed, right, the Japanese took all that capital that they had gained from the car industry and the motor industry and that real estate that they had in Southeast Asia and in central Tokyo, right? They took all that wealth, right? And they capitalized the industrial development of Singapore, Thailand. Okay, and they got new trading partners. And Japan became the de facto capital. That's what the main business is. They moved their manufacturing to these other third world countries in Asia, right? And they were the capital suppliers. Now these countries like Singapore has catching up to Japan. But look at America, right? America during the same time period was engaging in wars in Central America, you know, embargoes on Cuba and all this stuff like that, you know. America had, look at Venezuela right now. Instead of America feeling it can develop this hemisphere, America engaged in war. We have a border that's broken up and everything. It's a mess. Look at what Japan did to Southeast Asia, right? And look what America did to this hemisphere. So you know why? Because America fundamentally is an adolescent country. Japan is a mature country. You know, they think like adults. It's been around for 1,000 years. You know,
Japan been around longer, way longer than America has.
So America still thinks
they're not
like
new.
a child. You know, and so when we put out eggs in a basket, it's like you go. It's like you, 12 years old. You run away. And you say, I'm gonna run away to my friend's house. He's gonna feed me and everything like that. You know your friend can't take care of it because he can't take care of himself. That's how we are, Black America are with America. We act like America is like our parent and everything. And the bottom line, we're way more mature. Black America is becoming more mature than white America is. But we don't act like that. We don't act like it. We act like we need them, and we don't.
Yeah, well, let the record reflect. We're not dumber than white America. They're way dumber than we are.
They are.
The only thing that they do, they like to show you is the most ignorant people they can find is what they'll plaster everywhere. But that's not common.
I want to ask this. So let's say Black Americans take their money and relocate to some part of Africa and
you got to take capital
and start a business. So let's say this grow and grow and grow to a very large population of us over there now with established businesses and homes and all that. What is the point of it? Is the point to become a melting pot with Africa, or I'm not quite seeing what?
Well, first thing to do is just
let me be the first one. Let me say this, right? When I look at, say, for example, Nigeria, I have a home in Nigeria. Whenever I do work in Nigeria, I'm not even doing it for Nigerian people. My relatives go to Nigeria. I do it for them. We're having children in Nigeria. I do it for them. If I say we're building a library, it's not because, oh, let's make Nigerians a library. No, I want the library to be there so my children, my nieces, my nephews can access that library. I want a public park. I'm not building it, oh yeah, I want to give Nigerians a park. I can lie and make it seem like that's what I want to do. Reality is, I take my kids to the park in America all the time. I want to be able to do that in Nigeria too. The way that you have to do things, right? You're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for them. It's not a charity situation.
So you think they would be okay with that though?
Who cares what they? Who cares what they? Who cares?
We don't care about that,
It's their country.
So what?
So what? So
is there a country? Is there a country and they got a Chinese only hospital? Is the country belongs to Jamaica, but Jamaicans can't access the beach? Yeah, who cares if it's their country?
I guess everybody's doing it. The Asians go to Jamaica, do it.
Everyone's doing it.
And do it, and I guess
everyone's doing it. We should be doing it too. At this point, I think Black Americans deserve a stake in those diamond mines.
No, we don't have no.
We need to be in that cobalt. We need to get our hands on the cobalt,
the lithium, all that shit like that.
We need to put our hands on everything. Why not? We know what Black Americans have been doing. We have been so, we've been so loving and so Pan-African in so many ways, even when we don't want to say we're Pan-African. They shouldn't be doing that to those African people. At this point, hey, Africans, y'all allowing it to happen. Hey, I want my hands in it too.
You know what that reminds me of? When I was in school years ago, we had to choose a paper out the hat and write about the culture. And the topic I chose was somewhere in Asia, and I wrote about the what they call them God dang, it's on the tip of my tongue. Anyways, on every continent in this world, there is what they call them things, the Asian not Asian village, but a little China. What they call them?
Chinatown.
Little Tokyo, little Chinatown.
There's a Chinatown on every continent. That's what you're talking about. I like that.
Yeah. Why should we not do that? We're better people. We got more to offer. Our food is better. Our music is better. I mean, why is it that they get to play our music in Japan and we're not getting a cut from it?
Oh,
the hell with that.
What? You know what? In every Chinatown, it's not just for Chinese. It's a whole melting pot of it's Asian culture, period, for all Asians, even though they say Chinatown.
Yeah. San Francisco is a huge example of that. They got Little Japan in one area, and then they got Chinatown in another area, and then they got Koreatown on another side of the city. But every year they have an Asian festival for all of them. They hating each other in America. So with that being the case, we need to have a Black American town everywhere.
I'm feeling that.
You should be walking in buying soul food, buying hip hop clothes, which have our own. You should be buying Black American written books.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. Why not?
I agree.
Yeah, but that's how you get around the world. You around the world. We have warehousing, logistics, trucking companies, everything. You're putting people to work and all that stuff like that, you know, and you're investing and pulling our money together and stuff like that. And you're building communities, you know.
Because that's what everybody else is doing.
Yeah. Well, do it or not, man. That's what we gotta do. And the only way it's gonna work is basically we go there as a unit, as a group, not as individuals, not as we're trying to assimilate with the local people and everything. We stay together as a group. We could do anything on the continent, you know. People don't understand. People don't understand that. They're like, no, man, you gotta go over there and forget who you are. And those are people who don't want you.
Nah, we ain't doing that.
Those are people
We ain't doing that.
You up.
Every time I tell people, listen, I got a Nigerian passport. I'm Black American. I don't sugarcoat. I don't pretend to be Nigerian. I don't try to indulge into the culture. I don't try to learn the language. I'm good. I'm just a Black American with a Nigerian passport. I'm not code switching. You're not about to catch me walking and talk about I'm Timbuktu or whatever. I'm Jonathan Miller.
Yeah, Mike.
It is what it is.
Yeah, Michael Moss. So you guys discussing pipe dreams again and whatnot. It says a guy who lives in America and he can't even make a living in Nigeria. We're talking about a pipe dream, you know.
Wow. So that's I didn't see it like that before. That's a good. That's I didn't see it like that before. I respect how the global mindset. I respect that.
Yeah. And we should have been doing it. One thing I dislike about a lot of things that's been happening with our people is when our people go to Africa, we'll have people being like, why'd y'all go over there? Y'all shouldn't be over there. Y'all just need to come on home. Well, reality, what our people should have been doing in America was like, hold on, keep your asses there. If y'all need help, we'll help. Don't leave.
Imagine we would have built like a dozen or so soul cities back in the days with our own manufacturing and stuff like that, you know. Now, here goes Mike Omawale. Somebody doesn't know shit about Black.
Well, that's going to be the Africans' pushback. It's like, why you can't do it in America? Why
we did. We tried.
Listen. Who cares what they think? Listen, I love Africans. Okay, I really do. But you can't say that to me, and you let the Lebanese take over. You let the Indians take over. You let the Asians take over. You ain't telling them the same thing. Don't tell that shit to me.
Plus, a lot of them.
So that's why,
Who's taking over where?
The pipe dream and all that shit.
Plus, a lot of them is living in other people's countries, so you can't turn around and be
And the fact of the matter, go ahead.
So what are you guys talking about, man?
well, let me.
We're talking about the fall of
you guys saying
America.
someone is taking over. Who's taking over?
But
why you guys always saying the Chinese are taking over, the this are taking over?
Well,
what does that mean?
They'll try. Look, we know a lot of people that are wishing the Chinese are going to take over America, which they never will. You know, and they wishing that.
No, you guys I always hear like a lot of people that don't know left from their rights always saying, "Oh, y'all letting the Chinese take over, y'all letting the Lebanese take over." I don't know what you mean by take over. I mean, I don't even understand. So people doing business in another person's country, not taking over.
Mike, you know how Nigeria was founded. Somebody was doing business in a land that didn't have a name, then they called it Nigeria.
And on a piece of paper,
that wasn't true. I wasn't doing business.
He drew up on a piece of paper and just said "nigger area."
And by the way,
Mike, they were just doing business. They were just doing business.
Okay, so what is your point, though? So they're taking over. Is that what you're telling me?
And they're still doing business now.
Okay, yeah, they're doing business. What's wrong with doing business?
So John's is doing business in Nigeria. You got a problem with that?
I
Yeah,
don't
let
have
me
problem
know.
with that. If you want to do business, do business. Who's got a problem with that? We don't. It's not by talking. You just go do business. You know.
Yeah, we're doing that. You know.
But
Yeah,
you're not
already
doing
doing it.
business. You're just talking. You're just doing pipe dream
He's
talks.
actually doing it.
No, Mike, I actually do it.
And
You're not.
And
What
I
are you
pay
doing?
workers three
Absolutely
times,
nothing.
and I pay workers 3
I
times
don't
the
think you
national
sound like
average.
someone that can even compete in Nigeria, man.
It.
Say that again.
Know what, Mike?
You don't sound like someone that can compete in Nigeria. I don't think. I doubt if you can keep up over there,
Mike,
man.
let me educate you on something.
Oh,
When
really?
the country
All right,
is
go ahead.
very underdeveloped,
Yeah, all
you
you're
can
gonna do is
easily
just all this
compete.
trash talk. So your
You
country.
can easily compete in a world that's underdeveloped. That's why people go to the undeveloped places to invest, because it's easier.
So what is your point, man? What is your point?
Do you agree with that or not?
I agree with what?
That is easier to invest in places that are completely underdeveloped.
Yeah.
It's easy to
It
put
depends
money
on
in
your
somewhere than
investment,
in comparison to saying, man, I want to compete with all of these major companies in America doing this and doing that, which everyone's battling for market share.
Yeah, but the thing is, you got to
Can
do
you
it
easily
first,
go
though,
to a
man.
country that don't have that kind of service already?
So
Would it
are
be
you
easier
doing
to
it,
go?
or you
Would it
just
be
there talking?
easier? Would it be easier to be in Benin cities, going to different businesses and saying, "Hey, your shop is doing well. How about we make your shop bigger and better? We just want 10% ownership,
Okay, how about
but
you
we'll
do
put
it
up all the
instead of
capital."
talking? You know,
Huh?
see,
Is
one thing I
that?
don't see, these people you complain about, these Lebanese and all these people,
Huh?
they don't go on plot, they don't create channels and be talking about what they're gonna do. These people just go out there and do it, just like me. I don't create channels. I'm talking about what I'm gonna do or what. I just go in and do things, you know. And then when I'm successful, I ain't gonna share my success, you know, with
You
people. Like,
think
hey, I've
so?
done this.
You think so? You think so?
Well, I just think it's too much talking. Like it's getting old,
You,
man. Like, oh, we
Mike,
gonna
you
do
ever heard
this.
of You ever heard of this thing called Y Combinator? Every
It's
year,
irrelevant.
it's a seed funding program in which all the people in the tech industry or nonprofit industry in San Francisco, they have this convention and they go there and they try to get funding, right? And they give a presentation. So whether you know it or not, when you're on social media and you're talking about doing business, you're actually putting your business out there or yourself out there for people to know more about you. Because if no one knows about you, no one knows
So
about
that's what you're doing here? Are you selling yourself? That's what you're doing?
Well, let me
You're
ask
selling
you a
pipe dream?
question.
Man, he
It's by
just
social
changed my
media. I
mindset.
found College Genesis, and College Genesis is with the BAIO, and College Genesis does work
I mean, if Ghana was
in
really a serious
Liberia.
businessman,
You don't know it
honestly,
if you don't put yourself out there, bro.
Yeah, he just changed my
but
This is the
mind.
Ghana has been
modern
putting
world,
himself out there, but he hasn't gone far. Because if Ghana was a real serious businessman, I would have invited him to Nigeria.
Sir.
I
You
would
don't
have
get to
brought Ghana to Nigeria a long time ago and would
sir.
have built a
You
lot of
don't
stuff.
get to determine what a person can do and can't do.
No,
Whatever you do in
you're
your
right. You're
world,
right. Yeah, I don't get to determine.
whatever you do in your world, that's your
I
business.
can only see what you present to me, boy. It's like you just been presenting nothing but pipe dreams, man.
Exactly. You can only see what people present to you, and that's it. So what are you talking for?
And what I'm saying is just being pipe dreams. That's why I just, hey, you guys are talking about pipe dreams
Yeah.
tonight?
Hey, listen, everything's a pipe dream. Two people with no vision, right? That's the fact. The laugh alone tells us that what kind of mindset you have. Let me ask you a question, Mike. Do you live in Nigeria or you moved outside the country?
And that's the thing. So many go, do you do this? Do you do that?
It's a
What's that?
question. It's a simple question.
It's
It's a yes
irrelevant.
no
It is
question.
irrelevant. What else do you
It's
want? My
very
social security
relevant.
number?
It's very
You want my
relevant.
bank account number too? God, Lord, man. Just have a conversation. It's
Mike.
irrelevant. What you guys do is you want to dig information.
Mike,
That's the deal. That's the deal.
you hopped up here, and you were just talking all kinds of stuff.
I
Now,
always know what follows
I'm just
after that.
asking you
What
a
you want to
very
do is just some
basic
roasting
question.
time. Let me dig more about
No one wants.
so I can find what's to roast about. That's all it's all about.
Why are you making the assumption that someone was roast you? I'm
It's
asking you a simple question.
usually what it is, man. Like, hey, do you live here? Oh, why you running away? Oh, it's just, come on, man. We're gonna have conversations about ideas. Let's do that, man.
Mike, you just said that you were doing business. I'm asking you, do you live in
Don't worry
Nigeria?
I'm not here selling I didn't tell you I'm here to sell my business, sell anything.
So why are you here?
Because I was coming about you guys selling pipe dreams again,
But are your dreams pipe dreams when you leave your country to go somewhere else?
Are my dreams pipe dreams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
sure
no,
you
I'm.
talked about what you're gonna do.
I don't
before you-
present pipe dreams here, so
I'm
it's
sure you talked
irrelevant.
about what you planned on
So
doing.
what I do is I do what I do. I don't come
I
around start
want to
talking
make
about
something
it all day
clear.
long. You know,
Mike, this is where you made the biggest mistake. Because
Oh,
when you
really?
first got on this platform, you said people who are about doing things, they don't get on these platforms and just be talking
They
about
don't talk,
doing
man. They
things.
just get
They
things
just
done.
go
You know?
and do it. Yeah, and then you said you have a
Exactly. So that's
business.
what I do. I
But
don't come
that
talk. I
means
just do my
that you
thing.
got on this platform and you're doing the very thing that you said real business people
Like
don't
what?
do.
Like what?
But you said you had a business. No, I'm questioning.
I
Do
didn't
you
tell you
really
I
have a
what-
business? Because if
said I
so,
do
you're
what
a
I do.
contradiction to what you said earlier.
No, it's not.
Is
No, it's
that is
not.
that a correct fact, everyone on the panel?
No, it is not.
Yeah, that's correct.
I haven't started selling my business or
It's
selling
very
anything
much
yet.
correct. It's very much
And I haven't
correct.
come in to start selling
So,
drinks.
sir, if you have a business,
And I
your
haven't
ass
come
should
in
be
and start
focused
talking
on
about
your
something I
business
haven't
right
done.
now. You shouldn't be on the platform.
Mike,
So you were talking about you're gonna take over gold and you're gonna take over their mines. You're gonna
Why
take
not?
over this.
Why not?
Those are pipe dreams, man.
How's that a pipe dream?
You're gonna take over the gold over there. You're gonna take over. Come on, man.
Hey, Mike,
You
I
gotta
got
go
a
take
question
over
for
first,
you.
and then
I
you
got a
come back
question
and tell
for
us,
you,
"Hey, I'm
Mike.
taking over."
Mike,
Rather than-
Mike, I got a question for you. I want to know if you know this a fact.
There we go. Personal question.
There was a
Where am I?
person who went to Nigeria and Ghana and Liberia and started opening up the first oil fields that y'all have. Do you know that that person was an African American?
You said the what?
The first person,
Uh-huh.
one of the first people that went over there to Nigeria, Liberia, and Ghana and opened up oil fields to invest, to start drilling and pumping was an African American. Did you know that?
There we go with another fallacy.
Is that a fact or is that a pipe dream?
That's a dumbass statement.
Just Google it, sir.
Yeah, that's
Google it,
sad.
sir.
You don't even
Really?
know anything about your own damn country.
Yo, it was
Where
a
your
black
country
American
stands
that came to
today,
take over all in
black
Nigeria.
Americans
You guys,
and so many other people
you know what
have
I've been
invested.
noticing lately? So many pseudo rubbish you guys
You
are
don't
making
like
yourself, man.
facts. You
Just
don't
to
like
boost your
facts,
ego.
do you?
That's bullshit. That's fallacy.
Why are you
That's a
talking
fact.
Okay, explain to me how he did it. How whoever did it. Explain to me.
Why are
How
you
you can't. No. Explain to me. Or
Why
he came
don't you
over,
go?
took over the
See,
oil
brother, you
field,
should
right?
go research it. You
It
the one.
doesn't make sense.
Why are you so angry about it? You
I'm
should
not
be
because
happy.
these guys say a
You
lot
should
of
be
dumb
happy
stuff.
that the
That's
oil
the thing.
fields that y'all have today was
Oh, it was a
partial
black
because of an
American.
African American. That's a beautiful thing.
It's a lie. It's a dumb statement.
That's
And that's why I
researchable.
get sick of hearing you guys. That's another reason why I say you guys are here again with all these conversations. Dumb conversations.
Mike, you got
Is it
up here
a pipe
trying to be
dream or some fallacy
Mike.
or some
Mike, I
just-
think the problem is that we're talking about
The
your
problem
country,
is you guys say so many
and
dumb
we're
stuff
talking
online
about
that
the
you just embarrassing
opportunities in
yourself
your
every day.
country that you didn't see.
Dude, go
So
over there
you
and take
chose to
over,
go
man. Rather
leave
than
somewhere else, and likely
running
you
your
got a
mouth
job.
out. You're gonna go over there
You
and
got a
take
job.
over.
You didn't see the
Go
you
over
didn't
there
see
and
the
go
future in Nigeria, so you got the hell out of there.
Man, get out of here, man.
He even
Uh-huh.
came to America.
He mad because
And the
he said
Chinese,
you're taking
Japanese,
over.
man,
That's
come on,
why.
man.
Yeah.
God, Lord.
But they don't get mad when other
You
people
guys
come
saying the
and take
same
over.
thing for the past how many years on YouTube, man? God, Lord, man.
So this is what be killing me: the African versus the African American.
No, you the one that's starting that. No one is saying that. No, I didn't come here to say that. You know.
Then what the hell are you here for?
Chaos.
I
You
mean,
just said, man, listen, all the stuff you just said, that's like you saying versus, like African versus African American.
nah,
Why
I
you
didn't say that. I didn't
I
say
don't
that.
get it, Mike. Do
No,
you not
you
see
didn't
black
say
people
it
as your fellow
specifically,
African
but
brother?
you saying,
No, all I'm
that's a
saying is
dumb
you guys should
statement.
start getting things done rather than just sit around talking big
Mike,
and doing nothing.
You saying
Mike, I'm
people
willing
I
to
think you
do a
guys should start off.
comparison of my
Let's start
work and
fixing the
your work,
communities around here
and it's
first.
not going to be a beautiful scene.
I think we should start fixing the communities here, man. Because these kids, man, I don't even know what's going on, right? You guys are elders, man. Oh, what's going on with all these young kids? You shoot each other every day, man. Let's start with this
Mike,
environment
what's
rather than
going on with
talking
all the
about
human sacrificing in your country that's
you
going
guys
on every
talking about
day?
you want to go conquer another country.
Mike,
You haven't
Mike,
even
what's
taken
going
care of
on
your
with the
environment.
human sacrificing and money ritual that's happening every day in Nigeria?
Yo, exactly. That's why the Nigerians need to take care of that. Rather than
Yeah,
talking
bro,
about,
bro, whoa,
I'm not going to
hold
tell you I want to go take
on,
over
nigga,
another
hold
country when I
on.
got problems in
You
Nigeria.
are Nigerian, though.
Yeah, we're trying to take care of that, but we're not talking
No,
about
not you. You're not there. You're not trying to take care
No,
of it.
I'm everywhere. I'm there. It doesn't matter.
No.
Bro,
You're not there to take care of it.
That's the deal. This is what a
You're
real
not
man
there
does.
to take care of it.
Listen.
Mike, you're not there to take care of it.
Maybe this is what I need to teach you. This is what a real man does. He goes around. He goes around
Mike,
to get what he has to get.
don't say what real men do if you're not a Nigerian trying to stop the money ritual problem.
Bro.
You should be trying to stop.
Let me tell you the dumb shit people say, like you. Why are you not here? Why are you not there? That's some dumb statement. What a real man does, he goes around the world, just like a white man goes around the world, trying to get what he has to get to take care of himself. Take care of his family.
Wait a minute.
That's what the Chinese is doing. That's what the Lebanese is doing.
You were just talking about the black people shooting each other. And then I said, well, in response to that, the Nigerians committed money rituals. Do you know that Nigeria has more homicides than Black America has? In 1 year in Nigeria, y'all had our homicides over the last 10 years.
Go back.
You don't think that's a problem?
That's a dumb statement,
Mike?
but that's not even relevant. But the point I'm trying to make is this.
Oh, wait. You guys killing each other in Nigeria
okay,
in 1 year versus Black Americans killing each other over the course of 10 years plus.
And the Nigerians not taking care of... No. First of all, you kill more people here than they kill anyway. But second of all, the Nigerians are busy taking care of that. But you're busy
I don't want to talk to you.
Y'all talking about you want to go conquer gold mine in Nigeria. You want to go conquer this.
We need to take care of the.
No, and I'm telling you that you need to focus on taking care of your problem. Yeah.
You need to go home.
So, Mike, hold up, Mike. Let me ask you a question, Mike. Do you think Black America should be a global people, or we should be confined to the borders of America?
Bros, I don't give a shit. What I'm saying is, take care of yourself, man. Pay your child support. Take care of your kids. You know, that's the most important thing we got to do. Instead of sitting on YouTube talking all these pipe dreams about you want to go take good mine over there in Congo and follow your neighborhood.
Mike,
some of these guys that be sitting online talking all this shit, they haven't even paid their baby mama child support, you know? Like, come on, take care of your little neighborhood.
Mike, this is the danger, right?
I mean, you got to misplace priorities,
Mike, you're talking to the wrong Black person. I went to Nigeria, and I used to look at Africa as this beautiful place where they had so much family.
Have you paid all your child support? Are you really sending your kids to school and things? Take your responsibility here first before you start talking about going to go conquer some warehouse.
When I first went to Africa, I had this crazy mindset, right? This beautiful Pan-African mindset. Think on Africans, right?
You should be
family values,
be your
culture. Everything that
wife and kids
Black supposed to be
and
lacking,
then after
right?
that, you can start talking about going to take care of somebody else somewhere else.
You guys had everything that Black Americans were supposedly lacking, right? Only for me to go to Nigeria and find out the truth that you guys hide. No. Because you talked about baby mamas, nigga. Hold on. Y'all hide y'all
I'm just saying, a lot of these guys that come online just talk all day. Like they haven't taken care of their themselves, you know.
You hide your LGBTQ problems. You hide.
What is this guy talking about, man? You know, bro, trying to make some sense
relentless, murderous ways. You guys hide your crazy shit, and then come to America and try to talk high-minded. It only works on Americans that never went to Africa. Y'all don't take care of your kids in Africa.
Y'all abandoned.
There's a thing called baby factories. There's a thing called baby factories.
That's fine. Those
you guys have babies and drop them off. You guys have babies and drop them off and litter them in a damn street.
That's fine. And those that are doing it,
that's not fine, nigga.
I'm trying to dude. You listen, man. Stop being immoral.
Black Americans aren't dropping our kids off in the fucking streets.
Those that are doing those things,
that's fine, sir.
Dude, you're gonna have conversation.
This is the African culture that we thought was so high-minded.
There we go.
One that drops off kids in the middle of the streets and the nigga says it's fine. One that gets up here and says it doesn't matter.
Maybe if you allow me to talk, you get my point.
We have more killings in 1 year than Black America has in 10 years plus.
Really?
It doesn't matter. We don't want that fucking culture, sir. Get the fuck out of here with your bullshit.
Okay. All right.
You gotta take this
shit. Let me explain something to you.
You gotta take this shit to people that haven't been.
Are you done, dummy? Whenever you don't, let me know.
You gotta take that shit to people who haven't been to your country.
Man. You can't.
Baby
Okay,
mama
fine.
culture and you are, but they
Hey,
lie
dummy,
to
listen,
say
listen.
that
That's
the
what I'm saying.
fathers
If you
died.
listen to what I'm telling you,
Baby mama
those that
culture
are
in
doing
Igbo
something wrong
land,
in Nigeria need
they
to stop
give
doing
the
it to
child
correct
over
those
to
as
a
well.
relative and
And
say that
I'm
the
focusing
father
on.
is not around. The
Hey, this
father
guy's a
is
dummy,
traveled
man.
overseas and ain't never coming back. Baby mama culture in Edo State.
They
You
make
want me to
babies
keep
a
going
lot of
on,
Why
bro?
are you doing straw man argument? Did anybody say anything about all these things you're talking about?
You don't like it
Yes,
when I
you
talk about the
did.
culture
And
that
now
y'all
you
like to
telling
hide,
me
right?
about your country.
You have insecurity problem, man. You're very insecure.
Ah, yeah. I'm very insecure.
Very, very insecure, man.
Very insecure because I know
Exactly.
Nigeria like a motherfucker.
Exactly. And I'm not
Baby
insecure
mama
about it.
culture in fucking the north, okay? In
Okay.
outside Fulani territory.
And those
Get a
people need
girl
to, and those
pregnant,
people need to
pretend to
fix
marry
it.
her, and then throw her ass away in the streets and say that she's not
And the
married.
Nigerians need to fix that.
All of y'all are
Do you
just
agree with me?
not, the
Wait, do you agree
culture
with me
is
that the Nigerians need
bad,
to fix
bro.
their problems? Do you agree with me that
Yes.
Nigerians need to fix their problems? Do you
Yes.
agree?
Yes.
All right, so we're on the same page. So what's the problem?
So why
The
the hell you get up
problem
here
is
talking
why
shit,
So
you
what's
bro?
all these ranting all about?
Why you get up here talking your nanny, your nonsense?
Yeah, why you get up here
So
talking your
what's
shit?
all this ranting all about? I'm telling you that people, me, you, we all need to take care of our problems. That's what I'm saying.
You
So
don't
Now,
even
why are you crying?
brother,
you
are
don't
you
even
Well,
willing
let
to
me
help
ask you,
me
Mike.
fix the problems that I'm trying to fix in
Let me
Nigeria?
let me ask Mike an honest question, right?
Listen, this is what I'm telling you. We all have problems. Let people fix their own problems.
Hold up.
Listen, Carla, can you allow me to say something? Can you allow me to at least get a statement out?
Never once did Jonathan says that he wants to fix any problem. He said
No,
he's
he
a
wants to go
businessman.
conquer. He wants to go take all the gold mine and everything.
He says he's a businessman and he sees an opportunity to make money in
The
Nigeria.
guy hasn't fixed his problem. He want to go take over gold mine and go fix all the.
He's a business person. He's a
He ain't
capitalist.
gonna be there first.
This guy's a business person.
Carla, let me be the first one to let you know. I'm
That's
not
my
going to
point.
sugarcoat it.
Don't everyone
I
needs to take care
actually
of their
do
own
try to
problem.
play my
Nigerians should take
role
care
in
of their
helping
problem.
Nigeria solve
You
its
need to take care
problems.
of the problem in your
When
neighborhood.
they had the
Rather
NSARS
than preaching all
movement,
these,
I was
I
out
will go over
there
there and this and
talking
that.
about let's end
Talking
fucking
like you're drunk,
SARS.
man.
Yes, sir. When y'all have those minimum wage fights, I'm over there talking about, yeah, we need to
Here we
increase the
go.
minimum
Here we
wage.
go.
As I pay 3 times the wage that the
What's his name?
government pays.
That's what you
Yes,
always come
Mike.
down to.
Mike.
What's his name?
Mike.
Gilbert
Sometimes
Arena
I feel
talking
like
point.
I love your people more than you do.
Gilbert Arena talking point. That's all it is, man. That's all you always come down to. Let's come
I'm not
together.
calling y'all dusty
Let's
monkeys,
come
have
together
I?
and do dozens
Am I
against each other.
calling
That's
y'all?
all
Am
it
I
is.
calling y'all dusty monkeys?
That's all it's gonna end up being. That's what it's gonna come down to. Oh, let's come together so we can put
Mike,
dozens on each other. That's
you
what this
should have got
whole
on this platform and
coming
talked about.
together
I
is
like
all
what you
about, man.
guys are saying. How can I take part in this? That's how
That's
you should have
all
got
this
on
whole
this
coming
platform.
together is all about. Let's come together and then we get together. Oh, let's start dozening
All
on
right, well then,
doing
Mike, let's come
dozens.
together. Mike, let's come together. I'm not
Dude,
interested in
let's stop
fighting
all
with
this
you.
come together shit, man. Focus on fix your problem, let the Nigerians fix their problems, okay? Let's stop all these let's come together and then you
to get on this
just clown each
channel
other all day.
Yeah,
That's all you
literally.
do.
Like,
Oh, Pan-Africanism, and then you get together and start clowning each other. That's what you do.
Who are you? But
Mike,
who are you to tell another?
you got up here talking about people killing each other in America, and I said, wait a minute.
No, I didn't tell you. I don't
Y'all
know.
killing each other in
What I'm
Nigeria
telling you, yeah, exactly.
more than we are.
And the Nigerians, they're fixing their problem. They're focusing on fixing their problem.
Brother,
So you focus on fixing your problem.
brother. You want to
Am I
say
correct to you now?
that?
Do we
Do you want
disagree
to
on
say
that?
that they are fixing the problem, or do you want me to tell you that the problem is getting worse?
Do we agree on that? That everyone is to fix their problems.
That's common sense, right?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So what's all these yanting and ranting?
Well, guess what? Part of me fixing the
dozens all
problem
about?
with my people is that we
That's
need to
all
bring
I
back
said.
wealth.
But
And that
you
means we
resorted
need
to
to
say
outsource some
doing
work to
dozens and clowning
Nigerians.
and all this stuff.
We need to outsource the work to Nigerians.
You went into
That
clowning
benefits
Nigerians,
and that benefits Americans.
Trying to help their country.
All
They
this
push
fake Pan-Africanism you guys always talk about. We want this.
I'm not Pan-African.
And then when it comes down to it, you start trashing the people.
Mike, I'm not Pan-African.
Whatever you are, man.
I'm not Pan-African.
So why you
You're
trying
talking to the wrong person about that kind of shit.
You want to go beat up Africans for the Africans?
Nah, I didn't say that.
So all this pipe dreams you got
China ain't building up Nigeria for Nigerians. They do it for themselves. What's wrong with you? Everyone does things for themselves. Did you go to America to help America build up America, or did you go to America to try to make money?
Chinese are not building Nigeria. They're doing business in Nigeria.
My Lord.
Why you guys so jealous of the Chinese people? Why you guys just leave?
No one's jealous of the
talking
Chinese
about Chinese. What the heck? Oh, the Chinese, the Lebanese, they're taking over. What the hell are you talking about? God, Lord, man.
I know, God, Lord. You're not one of those people. Just stop, Mike.
You guys, I mean, like,
Mike, you left Nigeria because you didn't see a future in Nigeria.
Bruh.
I know why you left.
So what is your point?
I know why you left.
Okay, so you know why I left. So what?
I know why you left.
What's the big deal? So
Mike, I remember during coronavirus, me and my wife and my baby, we were sitting in that damn fucking horrible situation when they don't have no electricity.
So why I left Nigeria,
and niggas is
problem,
out there being crazy and shit, and we can't even get gas for the damn generator.
So why I left Nigeria,
Mike, I know why you left.
Your child support is not your problem, man. You haven't paid your child
Baby
support.
boy, I know why you left. Enjoy that fresh American air.
Exactly. Thank you, and I'm enjoying it.
Enjoy that electricity.
Thank you.
Enjoy that more stable Wi-Fi.
And that's what's hurting your feelings? Is that what's hurting you?
I don't care, nigga.
So you don't care, so why are you talking about it?
I'm telling you, I know why you left.
You're talking about my life, why I'm enjoying free hair,
Mike, you got up on this platform talking shit.
I'm doing well in America.
Back.
So why
you the only one getting offended right now? Mike, you feel like crying right now.
Are you jealous that I'm enjoying America? Are you jealous of me? Are you jealous of my life in America?
Mike, you feel like crying right now. Give me a hug.
No, you need a hug.
No.
Because you sound like you're crying that I'm in America.
One Nigerian passport to another Nigerian passport. Give me a hug. Come here. It's okay. Come here. It's okay.
You couldn't make it in Nigeria.
Listen. It's okay.
You sound like those people that you couldn't make it in America, you couldn't make it in Nigeria. So now you're not jealous of me because I'm making it in America.
Nigeria is your country to make it in.
Well, I make it everywhere. I make it anywhere. I'm making it in America.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that because you couldn't make it in your own country.
So why are you jealous of that?
You couldn't make it in your own country. So how can you say you can make it anywhere?
Well, you couldn't make it in America either.
Apparently, if I'm able to travel the world, I made it in America first.
Oh, bullshit, man. Make it first for you open your mouth. You can't make it in America. Now you're jealous of a Nigerian that's making it in America. And you couldn't make it in your country.
The thing that bothers me,
why don't you go over there and make it for me and show me how to make it?
You Africans, right? And I love y'all Africans.
Man, get out of here, man.
I only pity y'all because y'all live in this fake-ass world in which y'all believe y'all doing better than Black Americans. Y'all believe y'all doing better than Black Americans.
You know what yeah, they think
you believe that, don't you?
So you don't think you're
believe
better,
that, don't you?
All y'all Gilbert Arenas talking point. That's not you thinking you're better? Oh, they ain't got shoes over there.
Gilbert Arenas. You're talking to Jonathan right now, son.
So that's not you thinking you're better than that, right?
Baby boy. Let me say Nigerian. Let me say evil word.
That's not you thinking you're better than African.
Mike, don't be moo-moo. Mike, don't be moo-moo. Mike, don't be moo-moo. Okay, don't be moo-moo now. Don't be foolish. Don't be moo-moo. Moo-moo means foolish. Don't be moo-moo, Mike.
Man. You need to get your...
Mike, don't be moo-moo right now.
Put your step over your bootstrap, man. Put your step over your bootstrap.
Mike, are you done? Mike, are you done now?
I ask Mike a question.
Hey, you guys just stop all these fights, man. Really get some real work going.
Mike, you can join my team and help me get my goal accomplished. That would be very nice.
Just take care of your kids, man. That's what I'm saying. Like,
my kids are well set.
Man, so they stop being all these.
You know what? Hey, Mike.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Mike, your partner Kadola, he be calling me out on this platform and on Dinah's platform how I be making it. All of these kids in Nigeria, all of these.
No, a lot of you guys, you don't have your priorities set, man. Like your
you know what I'm saying, Mike? Mike, you married, Mike?
Hey, man, you need to get your priorities straight. That's
Mike,
what
I'm taking your wives too. I'm just doing your country dirty. I'm enjoying your money and taking your wives and living your dream life while you go to America, try to live up to mine.
Oh, that's your wish, right?
Okay, cool. Baby boy. I love you, Mike. Go ahead, Chantal.
I'm gonna make you sleep well tonight, right?
I sleep good.
Y'all need to stop these pipe dreams.
Go ahead, Chantal.
Stop all these pipe dreams.
Why do the
But anyway, Carla, what's your topic, man? What are you you talking
Wait,
about?
hold on.
You want
Hold on.
America to fall,
The
man?
sister
Why?
Chantel, Mike, the sister Chantel had a question for you.
Hold on. Before
Answer her
Chantel-
question.
Before Chantel talk, let me say this, right? I knew when I did this topic, right? There were people like Mike coming and saying, I want America. Why in the world would I want America to fall?
That's the talk. I didn't say you said. I'm just asking you. That's
I
the
said, no, I don't want America to fall.
I said, what's the topic? Oh, you say America, why America will fall?
And I'm basically saying, right, we have so many people that come in here with their hands out, with their mouths hungry, and no one's contributing. Everybody, we got these blood-sucking parasites that come into America. And the bottom line is this, my whole thing is this.
Actually, I did when the immigrants are building America. So I did.
Immigrants are not building
excuse me.
America. That's another
Who's building America?
Where Americans are building America. You guys ain't built shit.
Americans not immigrants.
Yeah, that's another myth they're putting
Carla,
out there.
Carla, name an American is not an immigrant.
That's a myth they're putting out there, right?
Carla, all the white Americans, are they all immigrants? Carla.
America was already built before the Italian and Irish got here.
Who built America? Carla, who are those white people?
Carla,
Carla, where
don't
did those
mind
white
him.
people come from?
Don't mind him. Mike,
came over here and worked in shit jobs. They always
Mike.
did. The Irish
Mike.
worked less than black people did.
Carla,
don't give him a history lesson. It's useless. Mike,
Carla,
do you
it's not useless.
understand that?
No,
Do
don't
you
run from it now.
understand, Mike?
Do not need America.
Mike,
Carla,
stop
do you want to have
talking if you
conversation
want
about?
to.
Carla, do you want
Mike,
to have
if
debate?
you want to
this, or
learn
scared? Which
something,
one?
you got to stop talking and be receptive to information.
Carla, do you want to debate?
The
or you want to
United
debate about
States
this?
is
Or
a
you scared?
country.
Carla, you scared to debate? I know
The
you be a
United
good debater,
States is
man.
a
Come on now.
country. The people that came to America
Carla, can
and
you all
started
speak
the
tight, man? You
country
sound like
are
a
not
freaking-
immigrants.
This guy's
They are the
his voice is
people who
annoying. I don't even
started
know what
the
he's talking about.
country. It's the people who came afterwards that are the immigrants.
Bro,
You understand that, Mike?
you sound dumb as fuck, man. Those that started the country were immigrants.
No. They weren't immigrants. They weren't immigrants.
Born
They
here.
weren't
That
immigrants.
built America were born here. They
Those
didn't come
white people that came from Europe,
people too.
they took the land from the
here.
Indians. What were they?
Yeah, but hold up, but hey, before
That doesn't make them immigrants.
But the bottom
What migrating here does not make them immigrants?
Themselves.
Say it again? Carla, slow down so I can hear you, man. Slow down. Let me hear you. Don't just yarn. Let me make sure I hear what you're saying. Slow down.
Stop talking and you hear them.
And tell your body to stop talking while you're talking so I can only hear you.
I gotta mute you for a second. The immigrant comes here after this country has been established. That's the difference of an immigrant. They don't build America. They come here after the fact. You know, that's an immigrant. The people who built America, the blacks and the whites and whatnot, and early America, Anglo-Saxon, English America, were black people and white people. That's it. Immigrants came after the fact, after the country was laid out and the infrastructure was built, you know? So the bottom line, the Irish didn't come over to the 1850s. Italians didn't come over to the 20th century. America was already developed. See the shining sea. The Transcontinental Railway was built. The Chinese also helped build the Transcontinental Railway. They helped build the country and whatnot, you know? But the bottom line is European immigrants coming now. What are you building? You're moving into a suburb. You country already built. The grid's already built. The roads are built. The highways built. You're not building America. You're parasites. And that's
Mike, you talking like y'all came over here and created electricity.
Yeah, that's what I'm
we
saying.
had that 100 years ago.
They don't have electricity in our country, but they come over here. They responsible for our standard of living. Get out of here with that.
Now, Mike, I will argue that you were an immigrant. Nigeria was created by a white people. You begged to be a part of their system.
All right, thank you. Let me do the issue of
So
America
are you going to
first.
say that you're an immigrant to Nigeria because you begged them to be a part of your system and they
Here's the
eventually
deal.
said yes?
Well, let's define immigrant. First of all, anyone that migrates from one location to another, that's an immigrant. So
No, no. Hold on, baby boy.
You are an immigrant.
Because right now, what you would be saying is that the
Bro, you're an
Fulani
immigrant,
who travel from Nigeria to Niger, Burkina Faso, and all of these other places that they're immigrants.
You
they're
shifting topics, man.
migrating.
Can we stick to one
There's a
topic?
difference between-
I'm not an immigrant.
Nah, this guy's too dumb, man.
I'm
Can
not
you put this guy in the back? He's just dumb. Can we stick to one topic
But
first?
Mike,
If you wanna-
I'm not an immigrant. You're an immigrant. I'm not an immigrant.
Okay, fine. Here's the deal. This is what my understanding. And if I'm wrong, let me know. Okay.
You're wrong. Okay.
Okay, well, I wouldn't even say it. That's the deal. That's the deal. That's the deal. Some people
Zongo's
might.
an immigrant.
God, Lord,
No, hold
Kala.
on, sorry about that. I had to get out that way.
You're very difficult, man. It's like someone cannot have a conversation with you, man. And I think you're a very smart guy, but
I
Kala,
apologize.
you're a very intelligent guy, but you always make yourself just appear to be dumb when you don't.
I had to get that out, man. Zongo's an immigrant. Okay, but go ahead.
The thing about you is this, man. Like you will be someone that I would regard to be very intelligent if you just learn to like talk a little less and do some listening, because
I've been sitting listening the whole
you're
time.
a very
man.
smart guy. To be honest, well, you make yourself just you drop your level of intelligence when you do that stuff. When you over talk and people just lose respect for you. Like you're pretty smart. Like if you and I can just have a conversation, we'll probably get somewhere. You probably even defeat me in the goddamn discussion, because you're older than me. You probably you know a lot of more stuff than I do. I'll be honest. There's some things I learned from you. So what your problem is, you do too much talking to the point where at the end of the night I just can't, like get nowhere.
All
with
right,
you.
I'll be quiet. Make your point, brother.
Exactly. You probably can educate me tonight. That's what I'm saying. So I'm trying to understand. So I want to ask you all this. So what I'm trying to understand, maybe we have different understanding of immigrants. To me, an immigrant is someone that migrates from one location to another. No matter however they do it, it's just as long as you migrate from one location to another. So what I'm saying is, those that came up with the idea of this country called America, those like the Abraham Lincoln, John Adams, all those guys, they all migrated from Europe to America. And then the people like you guys, the blacks, you all also migrated from Africa here. And then everybody that has been coming after that all migrated from different places, different part of the world here. And what makes somebody an American is just the Constitution and the document that say you are an American citizen. So I am an American citizen. You are an American citizen. We are equally an Americans. I'm sorry, equally.
Mike, are
I'm
you an
an American,
American
you're an
citizen,
American.
or are you
The only difference is I'm a dual citizen.
are you a resident? There's a
Everybody,
difference.
no, I'm a
Are you
citizen.
an
I can show you
American
my passport.
citizen or a resident?
I'm a citizen.
You're a U.S. citizen.
Yes, I will show my passport once I get back. I'm driving right now. Once I get home.
Don't show your passport. Don't show your
And
passport.
here's
You
the
don't
deal.
do that.
But let's not shift it.
But Mike, you do
Kala, can you
understand
tell this
that
guy
would
to
make
shut
you
up
that would make you that would make you an immigrant. That makes you an immigrant.
You are an immigrant
A
too,
migrant
dummy.
is not an immigrant. A migrant.
You're an immigrant.
The crazy thing is, Mike, if you can
Everyone in
actually
America is
look
an
up
immigrant
the
except the
difference
red
between
Indians.
a
They got
migrant
defeated.
and an immigrant, you could do so.
Bro, you
Why
are an
haven't
immigrant,
you
my
done
friend.
so?
You are an immigrant.
Why haven't you? Yeah,
Why would
to
I do what?
Nigeria. To Nigeria.
You are an immigrant in America.
Hold on, baby boy.
Well, you're not an immigrant?
I don't want to be a rude person. I'm a nice person. Hold on.
But I'm telling you the facts, though.
Nigerian passport.
Okay,
And
cool.
there go your brother, Jonathan.
You are also an immigrant
I'm an
in Nigeria
immigrant
too.
to Nigeria.
And you're an immigrant to America, in America too.
Sir, we're not an
No,
immigrant
I'm from
to
America.
because our people was forced here, and then our people was
I go with that fallacy, man. I go
one
that
second,
pseudo.
sir. Then they were raped by white people. So we are a new breed of people. We're not just people with lineage from Africa. We are people with lineage from.
I don't claim no European. I personally don't claim no European lineage.
So we're
But what I'm saying is
not
this.
any immigrants.
So this immigrant shaming thing needs to stop, man. Everybody's an immigrant in America. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Let me say this, Mike. Let me answer your question, right? This is how it goes, right? The first settlers that came to America came from Europe.
Yeah, somebody was already here.
I can't hear you when these morons keep talking while you're talking, man. Can you just, the guy, is he drunk or what? God damn. I can't hear you when he's talking when you're talking.
Brother, stop cursing so
You
much.
smoke weed
It's
or you're on
okay.
cocaine or something? What the heck, man?
You guys, please.
Mike, it's okay.
Mike, don't get
You just close your mouth when someone else is talking, so I can hear the person.
Please.
Mike, you talk so damn much. I don't even know who's
No, you're the one
Shut
talking.
up.
No one can. I can't even hear Kala because you keep mumbling, man.
Mike, point duly noted, right? Everybody talks a lot. Okay, point duly noted. Let me answer your question, right? Now, when you say about immigrants, right, that's fine, right? Everybody moved from someplace else, right? But when America was established, right? And then the people laid the foundation of this country, right? And a couple of generations later, America became a republic, right? The people who crafted America, the republic, right? And made this country what it is were like 3 or 4 generations deep in America. They were not immigrants anymore. They was children of people who were settled in this country. Michael Savage's book, Man, Child in the Promised Land, is a story. He says a story of Russian immigrant background, right? He's an immigrant background. That means he came to America as an immigrant. That means the country is already established, right? And the bottom line is his parents.
What's that noise, man? What's that noise? Can you mute that person?
I think John, but he's muted. But the bottom line is this. Bottom line is this. It takes a couple of generations for you to be like, okay, I'm an American. Your kids, you have kids.
That's not true. That's not true.
Hold on. Your kids that were born here and everything, after a couple of generations, that you become, you could maybe American citizen, right? But when you say you're not immigrants, your kids won't not be immigrants because they were born here, and then they got stuff like.
So you say my kids are immigrants?
No, if your kids were born here, they're not immigrants.
Okay, so your definition of immigrants is somebody that wasn't born here, right? They came
Somebody that
directly.
was born here, right? Exactly. And
But-
then
but-
also, this is what I'm trying to say. There's this myth concerning that immigrants built the country. No, America had businesses, contractors, factories, industries, banks, everything long before the next wave of immigrants came here. The Irish and the Italians, everything like that. They came after the fact. And
Have you been to the South? Have you been to the South? Have you been to like
I live in
Oklahoma,
the-
Texas, and all these places?
I live in the South.
Okay. Do you see the construction that's still going on there?
Yeah, but it doesn't. Hold on, it does not matter.
That's part of the building. America's still under construction.
Brother, I hate to be the heartbreaker,
America's
but
still under
that's not where
construction,
immigrants
Genesis.
go to.
America's
Immigrants don't
not
go
fully
to those
built.
areas. Immigrants don't go to these areas, bro.
It doesn't matter. No, that's not the point we're making.
It does
We're telling
matter
you that
because
the
you're trying
country
to
is
say,
still
have
under
you been to the
construction.
South? And last time I checked, the immigrants
This
go
guy,
to
you
certain
drunk, man. I
areas.
can't even hear what you're saying, man. I don't
hear you.
Certain
Is it
areas.
alcohol or is it cocaine? Whatever you took, man. I don't know. Can you speak slowly so and stop mumbling, man? God damn.
It's shisha. It's shisha. You know shisha, Mike?
He's been up here being very disrespectful. He's not trying to have a conversation. And he getting
Mike, do you know
Does this
shisha?
guy sound like you want to have a conversation or is he just
No,
jumping on?
you're not trying-
We're
Mike,
talking,
I'm off the
please stop talking
shisha.
something different.
to insult people.
Mike, I'm off that shisha.
You're
That Nigerian drug shit. You
There
know
we
what I'm
go.
talking
So does
about.
he sound like someone that want to have a conversation?
No, you don't sound like
Mike, you don't want to have a conversation.
He's not even letting you talk. Look at it.
manly.
Now, hold up. Now, Zongo says Nikolai Tesla was okay. I get it. Nikolai Tesla, Marconi that invented the telegraph when that were immigrants, right? I get that, And the bottom line is this: a lot of times they were discriminated against. Because
Even Donald Trump's father was an immigrant.
Yeah, I get that.
But it seems like the only immigrants you guys talk about is the Africans and the once in a while the Mexicans, but the Africans are the only one you guys see as immigrants. Everybody else is like Donald Trump, for example. You guys will see him as calling master, but when it comes to my children, you guys will call my kids immigrants,
No, hold on.
Even though they were born here, like Donald Trump.
Mike, are you aware that when we complain about immigrants,
You
we
guys only
complain
have
about
problem with the Africans. I don't know
Are
why.
you still talking? Mike, are you aware that we complain about illegal immigration? We're complaining about the Hispanics. We're not talking about African immigrants. You don't know the
We
difference.
talk about online. We don't even worry about you guys, because there's so few of you. But we'll talk about this, Mike. Get this.
Oh, so what's all these telling us that why you flee? You should have been in your country. What's all that?
We just mess with you.
Why do you go tell Donald Trump to go fix? You should go back to
Mike,
Scotland and go fix his country. It's only the. I mean, you guys don't even know if the Nigerian person was born here or not. The moment you guys engage in a conversation, the first thing, how you go fix your country?
Let me say this, Mike. Let me say this. The Palestinians.
Mike, we know you wasn't born here. That voice gives it away.
Mike, the Palestinians basically are in America, right? And they're basically saying big up to Hamas. Hamas is a terrorist group and everything. And I'm saying to myself, how is it that when you just have open borders, everybody come in and whatnot, and I'm saying, and people will tell you that the same Palestinians who basically on welfare, who are talking about blowing up this building and doing all stuff like this and whatnot, that this is good for America because they're immigrants. This immigrant worship got to stop.
Carla, let me tell you the truth. Let me tell you what America does.
You support the Palestinians.
Do you want me to tell you the truth about what America does with this immigration thing? When they bring people Carla, do you want to hear me? Let me know when you're ready.
Go ahead.
Let me tell you what the United States does. Forget what they tell you on TV. When all these people come in, They string people. They keep
You're
people they
right.
need, and they deport those they don't want. That's exactly what they do.
You're right. Explain this. Let me.
But they will never tell you that. They will just tell you, "Oh, we just letting all immigrants. We letting them in. We letting them in. Oh, we good.
Right.
We oh we."
If
Oh,
that's
the
the case, if that's the case,
they need people. They need. Carla, let me tell you the truth. Let me tell you the truth about United States government. They need productive people, and what they're doing is they're tapping into. Hold on.
Productive.
Carla, okay, let me know when you let me talk. Go ahead.
Go ahead, man. But you're talking nonsense. Go ahead.
Okay, let me tell you what United States does. They know that the engine of an economy, of a society, is the human resources. What they do is tap into other countries' human resources, looking for their most productive people. So what they do is pull people in, keep the productive one, and deport those that are not productive. And when they go to those countries, the one they giving the they are trying to make sure they give they screen people, and they say that they want to bring productive people because they know that for them to keep the economy rolling to compete with all these other countries like China, which is a very highly productive country, and all these countries like Japan, they have to have productive people. And the mistake America made was to create this social welfare system where their own citizens, their children, especially when they go to the second generation, they've become very lazy, and also
hold on, a lot of immigrants.
They have hold on. A lot of Americans have become on drugs.
Have the highest number of social welfare benefits. That's the truth. That's no propaganda. They talk about this so hard.
I didn't mention any group. I didn't say that.
For 2 years.
Now, America also have this huge drug problem with their population, where and I can prove it to you. Just go to any productive factory, or even go to university where they offer the productive courses like science, all those hard courses, and find out who are the students there. You will find that they're either immigrants or first generation immigrants.
This is stupid.
They're the most productive Americans. That's why America is going for people,
pro-Palestinian
and it's always been like that.
It wasn't already before.
So forget what they're telling you about. We don't want immigrants here. America's always
protesters
from the beginning of America. The immigration program has always been there.
Palestinian flags up in their place. They vandalized a Liberty Bell replica.
You can't show most of the white Americans that created. Hold on, man. Go do your research. Most of the white Americans, successful white Americans, including Donald Trump, they are all first generation immigrants. First generation.
That's another lie.
And don't lie and say the tech billionaires are immigrants. Slap yourself 3 times to stop
Muslim
yourself.
Americans and others. Antifa surely had a role because the rent-a-rioters come up for any left-wing cause and often make them worse. But these protests clearly cross the line. They vandalize federal property. They should be found and sent
a lot of
to prison.
Propaganda.
Instead,
I can't hear you, man. I'm hearing you and the video at the same time. What the heck?
In the first place, they rampaged across the city. Again,
this is like I said, it's a rampage. They tore DC up. These are immigrants, you know. These are immigrants that like this. These are immigrants.
Carla, I can't believe at this stage of your life you still watch TV. Come on, man.
He's here too.
You know, all this news is not even propaganda.
In the name of Palestine, clearly saying that they side with the terrorists. Graffiti of Hamas and Hamas is coming makes that plain. The mask is off on the American protesters. The question is, what will our leaders do about it? The White House and Kamala Harris have issued statements condemning the vandalism, condemning the violence, but they're not calling for consequences. We don't know yet if the FBI will be fully deployed in tracking these people down and getting them sent to jail. What we need is federal law enforcement on the job against these people who aren't just protesters. This is not free speech. Vandalism is not free speech. You get to burn your own flag. You don't get to tear someone else's down and burn it. This is not free speech. It's vandalism. It's violence. It's blackmail. It is civil unrest, if not civil war. Antifa is clearly a domestic terrorist group at this point, as they go on violent raids across America. These people are not protesters. This is a fifth column. They may be deceiving innocents into going along, but all of these rallies have people in masks or cafes concealing their identity. no one going to them should think that it's innocent. The Director of National Intelligence, Avril Haines, has disclosed that Iran is helping to fund these protests. Other money is coming from radical, wealthy people, a lowercase c communist millionaire, George Soros charities, and other wealthy people's charities. All those sponsors need to start thinking about disassociating themselves from these menaces. This is not peaceful protest. This is not even fiery, but mostly peaceful protests, as we saw the media covering for the Black Lives Matter riots in 2020. Fact of the matter is that the entire approach of the authorities across America to violent protests, sometimes for legitimate causes or reasonable causes, but violent protests nonetheless, cannot be tolerated. We need law and order. We need true civility. March peacefully, that's fine. Pull this stuff and you need to pay. The people behind this stuff need to be held responsible. Their sponsors need to be held responsible. Shamed, if not actually prosecuted. We can't put up with this. We can't put up with people who don't simply hate Israel, don't simply support Palestine. They hate America. That's part of this rally too. Those were American flags they tore down and burned. Prime Minister Netanyahu gave an impassioned and accurate and effective speech to Congress. Too bad the Democrats were largely boycotting. He spoke about how this is not a clash of civilizations. This is a clash between civilization and barbarians. Again, barbarians who rape, barbarians who murder, barbarians who burn children alive, barbarians who target the innocent. He proposed a new Abraham alliance of civilized Christian, Jewish, atheist, whatever, and Arab countries to face down what is now an axis led by Iran. It calls itself the axis of resistance. It's actually an axis of barbarism, which is at war with civilization. Iran hopes to leverage that into dominance of first the larger Middle East, and then help with its allies, Russia and China, to dominate the world. The West needs to wake up and see that there is a new axis of evil. These countries all want to break up the world order, want to dominate the world, want to force the rest of us to their heel. Ukraine, Gaza, Taiwan, in a sense, it's all one struggle. It's a struggle for civilization against the barbarians.
Now, Mike, do you support civilization? Do you support this barbarism?
So, Kala, what you do is watch TV now, right?
No, I'm saying, do you support a serious question? Do you support civilization or do you support this barbarism?
That's not my priority, my friend. You know what my priority is? I want to succeed, raise my family. That's what I care about.
No.
All these other rubbish things you guys are worrying about. I don't, bro. That's not my. It's not my. Bro, it's not my duty. That's why we elect people into office to go do their job.
You guys want to come here. You want all the benefits and everything like that.
You guys? Which benefit? Which benefit? What's the benefit? Can I tell me what the benefit is, please?
You said you're an American citizen, right? I asked you.
Thank you. And I'm paying goddamn taxes.
Hold up.
I'm doing funding your baby mama's welfare with my taxes.
I don't have any baby mamas, you know. The bottom line is this.
Maybe the other guy, you know. Exactly. I know, Kala, you're a little bit responsible. I know you probably don't have. You guys. I know you pay your child support.
You guys don't care about nothing. All you guys do was to bring this country.
We work hard, man. We work hard and we're trying to succeed. That's what we do. So we're not going to collect no welfare benefit.
I asked you for a pet.
You saying we come here to go and collect some benefit? Like we come here to line on welfare line or some shit.
You don't belong here.
What do you mean I don't belong here?
You don't belong here.
Based on what? Because I'm African?
Participating in the country. You're a parasite.
So Donald Trump belong here? The white immigrants belong here. So white Europeans belong here, but the Africans, I don't belong here because I'm African.
Those MAGA people won't build the country.
Say it again?
The MAGA people, white people who built the country and whatnot, they're the ones making
the country's still under construction. Why are you saying somebody built the country?
They're the ones that's fighting the wars. You don't.
Who gets to decide who gets to decide what?
I asked you a simple question. You can't even give me a yes or no answer. That means you have no.
Your question is not making sense, man.
No, it does make sense. I said, what do you?
But I give you an answer.
I said, what do you think? What do you think about these people who are trying to burn this country down from within? What's your thing? Do you support it or don't you?
I'm against anybody trying to burn any country down.
So you against these people that coming over here?
I don't know which people you're talking about.
Okay. I'll accept that. I'll accept that. You saved
yourself. If it can be specific and give me names of who's trying to burn something down, I can go find out. If the person is really trying to burn something down, then I can say I can condemn it.
Moist, whatever his name is, saying that I hate Liberians so much, Africa so much. I married a American-Liberian colonizer and whatnot. I guess you saw my sticker in front. And yeah, there's the same thing that goes on. There's an awful lot of people that don't like Black America, don't like America.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Same people don't like.
I don't know anybody that doesn't like Black America. I don't know.
Now trying to friggin' tether Black America with Liberia and whatnot, trying to rewrite the Liberian history, say we were colonizers and all stuff like this. And I'm like, if you don't like Black America and you don't like America, why come here?
Who said that, man?
Your boy Ross Moyes, your fan in the comment section. If you don't like Black America, you don't like Liberia, you don't like us and stuff like that, why do you come to this country?
I don't think he doesn't like. I don't know. I don't think he doesn't like Black Americans. I don't
care about Ross. Mike,
can I ask the deal, man?
Mike, I got a question. Do you love Black Americans?
Before you go with your question, can I quickly just maybe?
It's a yes or no question. Do you love Black Americans?
I will take your question next. I just kind of want to see things from a different angle,
Okay.
Here's the deal. When people are doing this trash talk back and forth, usually someone is talking trash back because you heard a trash thrown at him. It doesn't mean because the person responds with the trash mean they hate the people. For example, when a Black American talk trash at me and I talk trash back, it doesn't mean I hate Black Americans. So maybe Ross Moy, of course, we've been here talking trash, and that's why this whole Pan-African thing. So I'm like, everybody should just focus on their community because. This is what created this whole trash talking because we're trying to come together, and then once we got together, all we're doing is just trash talking. So we are people that don't respect it, that just don't. We see each other from the wrong lens. You understand?
Now your brother Antnam, he's basically saying that you're nothing but a blood-sucking parasite. He says Nigerians don't care; they're there to make money. That's their business.
Well, you make that statement, but that's why he responded to you like that. So, Kala, you threw. Kala, you made that kind of statement. You wonder why you responded with you.
Hold up. All of us we care about the future of this country. We care about our community here. We also you
call it Black immigrant parasite. You didn't call it white immigrant parasite.
You guys actually.
So the guy that's Asian, I responded to you with his own insult, and then you say they hate Black Americans. Kala, come on, man.
You hate the fact that we care about Africa. You call it come here. It's all a pipe dream. We care.
I didn't hear you, Kala. Can you repeat it? Can you talk slow so I can hear you?
We care about Africa and we care about America. You guys don't care about anything. You don't care about Africa. You don't care about Nigeria, and you don't care about America. All you guys care about is what money you can make.
How do you know, Khan? How do you know what I care about?
Because of the way you're talking.
Okay, give me an example. I'm talking that makes you think I don't care.
You don't stand for nothing. You're not civilized. You don't believe
me.
You don't stand for nothing.
How do you know this, Kala?
Because nobody would listen to you talk.
Because I don't come in to discuss pipe dreams. That's why you believe I. So I have to join this old pipe dream bandwagon before you know that I care about something, right?
You'll say you don't believe in anything.
What do you mean he's not civilized?
Because of civilized people, they'll have conversations. Let me give you an example.
Kala, the problem with you believe somebody have to be here doing all these kumbaya and pipe dream conversation before you know that they care about something, right?
We went to things like the opera. We went to poetry readings, stuff like that. You got people that talk about different
things. But Kala, you wouldn't know what I care about unless you get to know me, right?
All you guys care about.
But you don't know me, though. You don't know what I care about. You have no clue.
Mike, don't nobody need to know you. All we have to do is just listen to you. That's good enough.
Okay. So by listening to me, explain to me how you're not.
Mike, earlier you brought up Black Americans shooting each other, and I
didn't say that.
Nigerians kill each other in 1 year more than Black Americans do in 10 years. And you say, I don't care.
Dude, you're dumb as hell, man.
That is something that you should care about.
First of all, you put words in somebody's mouth.
But you did say you don't care.
Kala, when did I say I don't care? Do you want me to repeat what I said?
My nigga, you know at the end of the show, you should go back and listen to your words.
Okay, thank you. But let me clarify.
And then on the next show, come back and say, you know what, I made a mistake. I didn't mean that shit. I do care.
No, I don't care about what you have to say. That's what I told you.
Civilized.
I don't care about your pipe dreams. That's what I'm telling you. this whole pipe dream talking point about we can go solve everything. We can go build take over the gold mine.
So you don't believe you can solve problems in the world?
You can't solve shit. I know that there are a lot
I'm
of cats
asking
like
you.
the
Do
way
you
talk,
believe you can
measure
solve
your
problems
IQ,
in
man.
the world?
Bro,
Do you believe you can solve problems in the
I
world?
could measure your IQ. You're not. What I'm saying is, so many cats like you guys, you just come online and talk all these things all day. Some of them have been online for 10 years. They haven't moved a brick. They haven't done shit. Like you.
Can you name that person that's been online for 10 years that haven't done shit?
What I'm saying is, you guys spend time fixing your immediate problem, meaning your kids and your woman. Take care of them. You know, raise your kids, build them.
I know we're not doing that.
Yeah, Mike. Right now,
too
you're
many
right now
of
you are
these cats
literally on this very same
online
platform with us for the same amount of time, and you're not taking care of your kids or your business. That's what you're trying to say right now.
Exactly.
No, a lot of you guys come online. I know too many cats online.
You come online, so what I'm saying is,
talk
are you
about how
saying
you
that
want
you
to go
don't take
build
care of your kids and
you want
your
to go build another country for the people.
So what? Just like you came to America to come have a better life, people can go to your country and do the same thing. Do you agree?
Boy, if you want to go build the country, move over there. But you haven't gone there. You sitting here telling us that you want to go over there, take over the home and go build it for them. At least I left Nigeria, came to America to build America. You know, you haven't gone there.
Mike, you think I got a Nigerian passport because I've never been to Nigeria?
So why are you not in Nigeria?
You think that makes sense,
take over
Mike?
the gold mine. So at least you got the first step. You got the passport.
Mike, do you think, Mike, you realize what you just said sounded stupid, right?
Really?
Admit it.
No. Tell me
no.
Tell me what I said
You're
it
an
sounds
adult,
stupid,
Mike.
and I can admit it.
You're an adult, Mike.
No,
You've
tell
been
me what
talking about low
sounds
IQ. You've been talking low IQ for a while
you adopt
now.
the Nigerian
Now
passport
I want to
illegally.
hear you say it. I want to hear you say it. I made a mistake. I shouldn't have said that. That would make me look at you as an actual man.
Say what?
At the
Tell me
moment.
what it is so I can say it. You know?
Say that you made a mistake by what you just said. You have
What did
never
I
been
say?
to Nigeria. Saying that to the nigga with the Nigerian
That you adopt
passport.
the Nigerian passport
Take
illegally?
it back.
That you adopt Nigerian passports illegally?
Take it back, sir.
I can't take it back. I think you adopt Nigerian passport illegally.
So no, I think.
I believe you did.
Bro, I don't think you think at all, basically. Because right now you just mumbling.
I'm sorry. He's
just mumbling.
Agent of chaos. That's all. Just to wreck, cause trouble and shit. I mean, he not worth
That's not what you're about,
You know,
Mike.
I think I would have had a more civilized conversation if I was actually talking with the lady. You know, but this guy here he's just on cocaine or something. I don't know.
You know why? Mike, you're so feminine. You're not able to talk to other men. You can only talk to a woman and have a civilized conversation. I understand that. Go ahead and talk to Chantel.
Nope.
I'm muted.
I heard enough. I'm not about to talk to him.
Well, all I'll say is this, you know, bottom line is, like I said, he asked about the topic of the show, Fall of America. I don't know how America is going to survive when, if nothing else, people come over here and all they talk about is what they can get out of this country. Nobody sacrifices, nobody builds anything and anything. Black people put a lot of sacrifice in this country. You got to give them that. And
So all these Mexicans that are busting their back, breaking their back on the construction site, they're not doing anything.
I've never seen an African construction worker, bro. Never.
Say it again? The Mexicans.
I know. Yeah, I've never seen an African construction.
Okay, so all these Africans getting degrees and working in this.
With all due respect,
like 60. This guy here, man. I really can't have conversation with this guy.
Stop bringing them up.
African construction worker either.
Tyler, if you want a quality show, stop bringing all these dope. Yeah, man. God damn.
Mike, you came up on the show lying, saying all kinds of dumb shit.
Bringing guys there like doing drugs.
And he allowed you to be on the show. Can you imagine that?
I can't understand anything you're saying, dude. You just too high, dude.
Because you don't understand English. It's not your fault. You wasn't raised talking like this.
That's why you're speaking English?
Yeah, this is English, nigga.
So how come I can understand Kyla and the other lady, but I can't understand you?
Because you hate me for some reason. I think I sparked a nail in you.
Are you from Alabama or something?
Mike, I think something happened to you, Mike. And I think I'm probably a reminder of what happened. Mike, what happened, baby?
I can't understand
tell
you,
me.
Dude. You gotta...
Mike, tell me now. What happened to you?
I don't know. You tell me.
Going to Africa, his country.
You don't know what happened to you, Mike?
And got jealous.
You want to talk about it, Mike? It's not your fault, Mike.
You tell me, what did you smoke tonight, dude?
Mike, listen, it's not your fault. It's okay. You see how calm you're getting now. We're getting somewhere. It's all right. It's not your fault.
Lord, Kala, can
Listen,
we get back to
look, Mike,
Kala, what
Mike,
would you say,
Mike,
man?
don't do it. Don't,
Oh,
Mike.
Lord
We all
have
go through things. Mike, we all go through things. I
Honestly,
understand.
I
It's okay.
literally don't understand anything you said tonight, man. I
I
haven't made sense out of
understand.
it.
I understand, Mike.
Oh, let me
It's
say
okay.
this.
You don't have
The
to
guy
fight
hasn't,
me,
he
Mike.
hasn't made any sense tonight at all. Like,
Mike, I love you, Mike.
Kala, you make me
Mike,
sound
I
more
love
very
you.
intelligent, man.
Mike, my spiritual hands are reaching out to you right now. I'm hugging you, brother. It's all right.
Okay. You can go to sleep now. Thank you. Yeah.
You can go. I don't have to worry about you no more, right, Mike?
Yeah,
I can
just go to
rest.
sleep, man. Go take a rest. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you.
Yeah.
You see that?
All right,
That's
Kala,
how you.
let's
That's
get
how
back
you
to
calm
our
a person
discussion,
like
Kala.
Mike down.
Oh, Lord, man. I thought you, shit.
I just want to say, we had Nakmeezy in the chat room a minute ago said, Caller didn't let me on. He got no. Man.
Nak, bring your ass up. Ain't nobody scared of you.
Actually, it was before I had my premium account, so I had the maximum amount of people up here. And I was waiting for somebody to drop off and everything. I was going to let him on that night, I was going to let him on, but he dropped off. He said, oh, man, maybe I could just like this. I was going to let him on and whatnot. But I tell you what, there's going to be new rules when you come on. There ain't going to be no filibuster. There ain't going to be no straw man tactics. That shit is not going to play no more. None of these long-winded filibusters and all this stuff like this. And somehow, changing the topic and straw man shit.
That's
It looks like you're winning a debate, but you're not. So if you want to come on, you can. But
Zongo, bro. No, is that Zongo? That's not Zongo. Nakmeezy, bring your ass up. Bring your intellectual wannabe ass up here.
Yeah, intellectual.
So you can come up here and lie to us some more. I don't mind being lied to. Politicians tell us lies all the time, and I still be voting. So come on up here, Nak, and lie to us some more.
Yeah, like I said, come and get this whooping.
Come and get this whooping.
Why you guys care more about whooping than actually having conversation?
He's the one who always talk about.
You don't even know what we're talking about.
Can you guys have conversation without thinking about whooping and roasting
Mikey Boo.
And that's how we end up here. That's how we end up in
Mikey
this
Boo.
back
We're
and forth
replying to
insults.
somebody in the comments.
Especially this guy here.
Did you not see the comment section, Mikey Boo?
So the comment section is why.
Did you look at the comment section, Mikey?
Well, if you want to deal with the comment section and deal with the comment section by typing back, we don't need to say people should come online.
So we're inviting someone up that wants to come up here and debate collagenesis. But this person that wants to come up here is going to come up here with the most illogical nonsense ever.
I've been here trying to
That's
debate
what we're
Carla, but
applying
you just
to in
been
the
mumbling.
comment section, sir.
Honestly, if you can summarize one single logic you've made tonight, honestly, why are you on the
No, I'm dead.
Hold on. I want my $100.
My premise of tonight was this. Now, if you guys basically,
no, you, Carla, I'm talking about these other moron here. Carla, you got a little bit of sense. You got a little bit of sense. But this guy here, he hasn't said shit, but just talk trash, man.
My whole thing is that right now we're going through a presidential election and whatnot, where I'm saying like this: America has never faced a threat like it is right now, as far as like what you see in Ukraine, what you see in Iran, what you see in North Korea. There's stuff like this, and black people and white people in America act like America can't something about America, and then okay, that's fine. But why are you letting millions of people in the country that don't have the best interests of the freaking country at heart into the country? I don't get that. And it extends to African immigrants too. Why
Joe Biden?
Huh?
Who's doing this?
Well, I don't know who's doing it, right? I don't see how.
You got to know who's in government, though. I think whoever's in government is the one doing it.
Let me say this, Mike. I don't see what America gains, right? By me as a black person in America, what do I gain by people who coming here and they're hostile to our community? They're coming here hostile to our community.
But Carla, since the creation of America's had the immigration program.
Yeah, there's always been a problem.
They literally have embassy in every country, and they issue a visa thousands of visas every year.
Visas, but come on, you're gonna tell me all these boo-boo fools out there with vending cards got H-1 visas out there in New York, the city.
They give visa to people from all over. Who are these people you talk? These immigrants, who are the ones you're talking about? You're talking
Venezuela and all these people like that they didn't want to make legal. And do you know now everybody's car insurance went up? because we got to cover.
Well, okay, I can agree with you that if people illegal, yeah, they need to. I mean, I don't support the illegality, the illegal. But to me, I just think the government is in it.
Bottom line, when you say immigrant, you know what you're saying, Mike, right? You're in that same cabal who don't believe America should have any borders or anything like that. That's
I
what
didn't say that, man. Stop putting one in my mouth.
You keep saying stuff like immigrants build this country. That's their propaganda.
Yeah, everybody's an immigrant. Most of the Americans are immigrants.
No, but we're not. You know we're not. No, we're not.
Most of them, are you kidding me? White Americans, they are not immigrants.
I'm not gonna lie, Kyla. I'm not gonna lie.
Donald Trump.
Most
is
of
not immigrant?
Americans actually are immigrants.
Yeah,
That's why they be like Black Americans are only like 10% of the country. Remove all of these immigrants, and that number dramatically increases.
America is the country of immigrants, Carla. What are you talking about?
I agree with that. What I'm saying is this, though. The immigrants did not build the country, you know? They came.
Who are the people that built the country then? Was it the Indians?
The people that been here before the immigrants started coming over.
Who
you
are
do
the
understand
people?
there was a time period
Indians?
that people wasn't coming over here, Mike.
Was it the Indians that built America?
No, it was the white and the black people in this country, you know?
The Indians haven't even built their own fucking reservations.
The Indians who live on
Go look at their reservations.
So those white people in the White House, they are all immigrants.
Yeah, but the bottom line, they were born here. The ones that built the country.
Ah, Lord, Carla. Carla, okay, so let's make sure we're on the same page. So your definition of immigrants is someone that was not born here.
Yeah, that's what
okay, fine.
So you just came across the sea,
hold on now,
and just start building skyscrapers and everything on day one.
Okay, who are the parents? Okay, who are the parents of everyone born here?
Well, these are people that have been here for a couple of generations. You take a couple of generations before you succeed. That's what you guys have this idea.
Who are the parents of?
You guys have this idea.
Wait.
Mike, when you say that Joe Biden is an immigrant, you're aware that immigrants can't be president?
He was born here, but he's his parents or grandparents or someone. He's also
an Irishman.
The fact of the matter is this. The fact what I mean by America is a country of immigrants. What I'm saying is people of America.
Brother, what you're saying is a Democratic talking point. They say that shit all the time.
Has an immigration program to populate the land. Carla, America has an immigration program which they created from the beginning of time to populate the land.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, what do you mean they didn't? So immigration.
You're aware that they actually banned immigration at times, sir?
How did they populate this land? How did white people populate this country?
They deported Italians. They deported Germans.
Exactly. They were all immigrants.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they were deporting people, bro.
And they deport whoever they don't need. They're still doing it till today.
Oh, so the bottom line is, like I said, this idea that immigrants built the country. Your premise.
Immigrant built the country. Everybody's building the country. Everybody's a goddamn immigrant, Carla.
You're barely here. You know,
everybody is a goddamn immigrant.
Mike, I got a question. Do you consider the Mexicans that sell flowers on the corner as people building the country?
Yeah, that's a low IQ question, man.
It's a yes or no question. Do you consider the little Mexican lady that's selling flowers on the corner as building the country?
Selling the flowers, how would I know if he goes to construction site after that? How would I know? So it's a low IQ question. How would I know if the only flower is the person?
Do you consider the Mexicans walking around pushing cars trying to sell hot dogs as
everybody that go to work every day? Hold on, listen. When you go to work every day, you're building the country.
Oh Lord, no.
Oh Lord.
Country gets built by workers.
Oh Lord.
So when we all go to work every day,
Mike, based on what you're saying,
that's the statement of fact, moron. When you wake up every day and go to work, you're building the country.
Let me not even bring up Nigeria. Let me bring up a different country. Zongo's in the building. Shout out to Zongo.
He's going to shift the argument to some
Ghanaians are working every day in Ghana.
Yeah.
And are they successfully building the country?
They are building the country.
It's worse than
so you don't see construction what going on in Ghana?
Mike, Haitians that live in Haiti that are working, are they building the country?
If they are working, yeah, they are building the country.
So your definition of building the country is working.
When you're working, what are you doing? Are you not building?
No.
What are you doing?
Making money to survive. There's a difference between someone that builds something and someone that works somewhere.
I'm not talking about work like selling weed on the corner, though. I'm not talking about selling weed. That's not work I'm talking about. I'm talking about actual work.
Brother, whether you like it or not, selling weed is work, my nigga. Did you know that?
Oh, maybe that's why you...
Brother, did you know in California you can sell weed on the corner or you can sell weed from a business or a shop? It's still working, sir.
Mike, why is he
Did
believing
that hurt your feelings?
man? He's
Did that fact just hurt your feelings?
He got to go. He got to make this snide remark about brothers selling weed and whatnot. Like,
No,
come on.
that's perfectly fine. But Mike, in California, it's legal to sell weed on the corner and it's legal to sell weed at the shop.
What are you talking about?
So are you saying that that's not working anymore?
But
weed people are
did I
building the
mention your
country.
brother's name? Did I say you selling weed? I didn't say that.
I'm gonna call you. I always call you Michael Ruckus.
Carla, why you always accusing me of something, man?
You're
Come on, man. What's wrong with you?
Your Uncle Ruckus, man.
Mike don't know no better. You can't blame him.
Michael's Mike Ruckus, man. I swear to God, man. You know,
Mike, as a fellow Nigerian, I just want you to know I love you, and it's gonna be all right. Okay.
Hilarious.
Now I wish nothing but the best for you in the United States of America.
Yeah, but you're still an immigrant, you know.
So, Carla, why do you have problem with being an immigrant, man? What's wrong with being an immigrant?
You're still an immigrant,
Man,
Mike.
like, yo, I'm starting to look
Mike,
at.
you're still an
Mike,
immigrant.
it's not just.
Okay, what is wrong with that, man?
I'm starting to look at a good segment of side-eye, man. Yo, something's going on here, man. People ain't acting right. Niggas are
Carla,
crazy.
do you still believe I'm a parasite?
No, not everybody. I think.
No, you get on the platform and talk like a parasite, though.
Yeah, a real parasite is somebody like
You
that.
say African immigrants are all parasites, Carla.
Oh, no.
Kyla never said that.
That's Central America that went to Chicago in the heart of Black America and said, "I'm here to take all your money into that black lane." Remember that?
That's why I told you earlier. Like, you guys need to focus on building your.
We are, but you guys,
listen.
You guys,
Carla, when I called in earlier, when you guys take what I'm saying as an insult, I'm saying, rather than you guys spending all your energy talking about how you want to go build Nigeria and go build a gold, take over the gold mine. I'm like, dude, you guys supposed to build. If you secure your community, you won't have no goddamn Mexican coming over there telling you, "Oh, I'm taking over." If you guys like literally,
well, it's, you know something, Mike. Well, let me say this, right?
If you make your community strong, focus on your community and leave Nigeria alone. Leave all these African countries alone.
They're coming for the bottom rung of Black American society. If that goes,
and that's why you guys need to go make it strong instead of talking about go building Liberia and all these other crap, man.
Jobs and everything here in America. But we do create jobs in Nigeria, right, Mike?
We don't need you to go create a job over there. We can do that ourselves. God damn it, man.
No, it's America.
When you're done,
Mike, you
gotta displace priorities.
Mike,
you need to create job in America for your people.
On a recent visit to meet President Tinubu, President Tinubu actually asked Secretary of State Antony Blinken, we want investment so you guys can help create jobs in Nigeria. What does that mean, sir?
It doesn't mean you come and go open a YouTube studio like Oshedrick Jackson and be doing a Pan-African dating show and employ a couple of African.
It don't matter. He still employs people.
That's not a job we need in Nigeria. No, we need actual.
You need jobs in Nigeria.
Bro,
you take
what you can get, buddy. We don't need the kind of job you want to come build. You bring it like
you need,
brother.
Brother.
Can you listen to me,
Nigeria is not in any position to be saying we don't need those kind of jobs. No, we need all.
No. That's listen. When President Tinubu went to
Nigerians had the opportunity to work in a cocaine
are you going to tell me?
They would do it.
Listen. We need people from Silicon Valley. Hold on. We need people from Silicon Valley.
They don't want to go there, Mike.
Dude, shut the hell up, man.
Mike, they leaving your damn country.
Can you listen
to
me, please?
They don't want to go there, Mike.
When President Tinubu met Antony Blinken, he didn't go meet him there. He needs you to come over there to come create your. I don't know what the hell you want. I don't even know what you can offer, dude. He didn't say he needs you over there.
Mike.
He came to Antony Blinken.
I'm trying to figure out, Mike,
tell him
that you don't understand something,
Microsoft.
We need Microsoft. Microsoft left Nigeria, nigga. Do you not understand that?
Say it again.
They don't want to be there.
Okay, who cares?
So you take what you can get, buddy.
But they're dead. You know Microsoft is there already?
You know what? They're dead.
Do you know that?
Nigga, they are $3 trillion fucking company. They have finally outdone Apple by a large margin. You're saying that they're a dead company.
Do you
where you Mike, go sit your Mike, you need to get your ass in the comment section and just listen to people.
No, you're a moron. You're a stock moron.
Go sit your ass in the comment section.
Carla, I don't know why Carla brings all these low IQ guys on his channel, man. Like
exactly like you.
That's why I had to come on to help Carla grow his channel because
what I don't like about people, Mike,
it's like I just feel these drunk guys
like you You the type of niggas that would get out of Nigeria at any means that
There we
you
go.
possibly
Roasting
can,
session. Roasting.
and then be like, Nigerians don't need those kind of jobs. Nigga, you left.
No, I don't need job. No, the Nigerians don't need
You
jobs from
left.
you.
No. You left. You left. You have no interest
You can't.
in
You
Nigeria
can't run a
anymore.
business, dude. The way you talk is very
You
obvious. You can't run
left.
a business.
You can't run. You have no interest in
I
Nigeria
bet you
anymore.
if I give you $1 million, you lose it quick.
On Dinah's platform today, I will listen to a whole bunch of Nigerians who left the country talking about they should not be protesting like they are doing. Shut the fuck up. They're doing more than what you're doing. Sitting your ass outside the country eating McDonald's, nigga.
Again, you're proving my
God
point.
bless the people in Nigeria
Kala-
that choose to stay and help build their country. Understanding they're not a developed
your
nation.
business? I asked that your business. Kala
God
just
bless
told
the
you.
people
Kala just
in
told you.
Nigeria.
Hold on. Listen,
God bless
listen, moron.
God bless
Listen, moron.
the people
Listen,
in Nigeria.
listen.
God bless.
What was
Sir,
the last
sir,
thing Kala said?
sir,
Can you tell me? What was the
sir,
last thing
sir,
Kala just said just now?
Sir,
No,
why are
sir,
you
sir,
so?
you answer my
Why are
question.
you
What's the
so
last thing
emotional,
Kala just said?
Mike?
Kala
We
just
gonna do
told
this
you.
again, Mike?
No, you listen to me. What's the
Mikey,
last thing Kala said? Kala
Mikey
just
boo,
told you that
Mikey boo,
Hispanics are coming
Mikey
to black
boo,
neighborhood
Mikey boo,
trying to bully
and
black
that's why
people.
we're voting
And
Trump,
your
my
dumb ass
nigga,
is
to
talking
get
about
rid of
going to
this
create job in
to
Nigeria
get
instead
rid of
of
the
focusing on
migrants.
creating job in
We're
your
not
neighborhood.
concerned about them because we know Kamala's
You
not
don't care
winning.
about your
So we're
neighborhood?
not. Damn, are you dumb?
You know you dumb. We're
You
trying to
dumb.
tell you to focus on your neighborhood and you're talking about going to create job in Nigeria. Focus on your people, you moron. You're not a Nigerian. You are an American, dummy.
Technically, if I have a Nigerian passport, I'm a
Oh,
Nigerian, right?
shit, you illegally got a Nigerian passport. Are you a Nigerian?
Ooh, you see what I'm saying, Mike? You don't think before you talk. You just talk.
Dude.
Why you so emotional right
You're an
now?
American, dude. Focus
Mikey, why you so emotional right now?
No, you're the one that's emotional.
Mikey, it's okay.
Maybe you need to
Calm
talk
down.
to Kala. You need to
Hey,
talk to him,
listen,
man. Talk to him.
Mikey, go like this. It's okay. You see how that works? You're calm again. You're calm.
Have you learned any Nigerian language?
One more time.
Man, it's good, man. You know.
Okay, don't be mumu. Breathe, exhale, Mike.
You literally.
Okay.
I got a clap for you though, man. You learned a little bit of Nigerian
okay,
slang.
nah. Okay, it's okay, oh. I just
I
tired,
just gotta
oh.
let Brookie.
Okay, I just tired, oh. Your thought they stress me now. I just tired, oh. Shut the fuck up, okay? Just breathe and exhale. It's okay. It's all right.
Baruti says, Kala, most U.S. people are immigrant prodigy. What do you talk about? You know, regarding Africa, 10% immigrants, 9% involuntary transport. So now, hey, this is what I'm talking about. They just erased our history with that comment, you know, 10% immigrant and 90%. So no, we're all just one black people.
Kala, no,
Kala, transport.
You gotta learn that. You gotta learn to ignore these kind of people. They just like to feel special.
Pan-Africanists, man. I'm like, goddamn.
Kala, it seems like you guys really don't like the. You guys
Ross Moyes.
I get this.
Haiti
I get
is
this a
doing
lot.
pretty
You guys really
damn
don't
good.
like the black
Haiti
immigrants.
is doing well, Ross.
You guys don't tolerate black immigrants at all.
Nigga, what are you talking about?
We like our black immigrants.
You really believe that
come
shit?
Come on, man.
We always
Mikey, I love black immigrants. I have no problem with you niggas.
Yeah.
I don't like the traitor ones. I don't like the ones how Tariq Nasheed saying tether. I don't like the tether type.
You speak on both sides of your mouth.
I don't like the Nigerian.
So you don't like
that come to America. Will you shut up and let me talk so you can get a clear understanding?
You don't like them, but you like them.
Can you understand the difference between a tether and a non-tether? Do you understand the difference?
You're calling human being tether.
Mike,
tell me what you don't like.
Mike, let me help you understand something.
Okay,
Nigerians are fighting for a better wage. I would be a tether if I go to Nigeria to benefit off the country, then say they don't need to increase the wage. These lazy people, you just need to work harder. That would make me a tether, Mike. Now, if I go to Nigeria,
that would make you
and I
express your
fight
opinion,
against
you dummy.
everything that the people in Nigeria are demanding from the government, do you think that's the right thing to do?
You don't make no sense, dude.
That makes perfect sense. In other words, what he's saying is, Let me put it to you clear.
Yeah, help me explain it, Kala.
Hold on, Mike. Let me say this. He's saying that black people in America got legitimate grievances and redress with like any other people around the world. You got Chinese who got regress with their government. Well, like that, Black America.
Like what? Give me an example of what you're talking about. Is it reparation?
Black America says, it could be police brutality. It could be anything, right? What you guys do is they come in and say, "Oh, I've been here for these years. I got a good job. I never experienced racism." It doesn't, and you're trying to basically white people are using you to erase our whatever we're going through, and that's not our place. Let me give you an example.
Give me one though.
This is in between you and us, right?
No, you just give me one example. You said somebody came in and said he has no experience racism, and then
let me say this, Mike. In South Africa, right?
Before you run to South Africa, you give one example. I want to address real quick.
Let me say this, Mike. Let me finish what I'm saying, bro. Black people in 1994 went to South Africa on the Mandela, invited Black American businesses there, like that. And there was a lot of black businesses that got top jobs in South American companies in South Africa, right, from the United States, right? And one of the things Essence Magazine talked about was the schism that was happening between the Black South Africans and the African Americans that were over there, right? And one of the things that Black people made clear, right, our success in South Africa is because we're coming from a better position, everything like that. We don't have a history of white people because they were saying that Black from America were getting along with whites in South Africa and they were doing business and stuff like that. And the Black South Africans felt some sort of way. And we made it clear that we're on the Black people's side in this struggle. So you guys don't do that when you come here. You guys basically go out of your way to make it seem like there is no struggle and you're with the white people. That's the difference.
Okay, in what sense, Kala? Please, can you give me in what sense?
No, it's everywhere, No.
You got to be clear about it because this is an allegation. Now you have to be clear about what you're saying.
I see it all the time. Just go on TikTok.
Because you give me one example now. Okay.
When we have black people, right?
Okay, so TikTok is where you get your facts from. Okay.
Wait, Kala, let me give him a better one.
Hold on, Kala, you get one example. You say, a person come here, we say, "Oh, I never experienced racism."
Mike,
dude,
get a clear understanding of this.
Can you allow conversation to flow, please?
Mike, because you've been talking a lot.
No, the people from Tulsa, the people from Tulsa, that's the problem with these guys. That's why I think he's high on cocaine or something. We can't even have conversation at all.
Stop talking.
No, you need to stop talking.
The people in Tulsa who had their communities bombed and destroyed, still alive today. They're demanding the government pay them for the damages that they face. And your fellow Nigerian people or some African people would say they don't deserve that shit. Do you think that's okay?
Who said that?
No, Zongo was laughing about it. We was talking about the other last night, I think, night before last.
Okay, Zongo.
Yeah, Zongo's your African brother,
that, right?
Do you agree with that? Do you agree with that statement? Yes. Do you agree with that statement?
Okay, can I answer you? Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay.
I'm muted. Go ahead.
Zango said it don't deserve that shit. Zango is not American immigrant. It's not African immigrant. Zango does not live in America. Zango does not live in America.
Yeah, he does. He lives in Washington State.
Yes, he does.
Okay, Zango comes here. You guys gonna roast each other. You say things to hurt his feelings. He wants to say something to hurt you. Hold on, Kala. Allow me to talk. Allow me to talk.
Look what you guys are doing to Gilbert Arenas, right?
Can Kala, please? Zongo come here. He comes here, just like I came here. You guys throw insult at him. He finds something to throw insult back. So the purpose of him saying that is not really like something he wakes up in the morning and decides to say. He's saying, you guys probably said something nasty about him and where he came from. It is like, okay, let me find something to say that's going to hurt your feelings back. And he made that statement. And then and that's the problem. You guys always say, oh, in our culture, we do the dozens. Oh,
Mike,
hold on.
I'm asking you whether or not you believe those people deserve to be paid. That's a yes or no question. We're not talking about Zongo or the dozens. You asked for an example. Someone else said it. I gave an example. I'm asking you, do you believe those people who had their communities bombed and destroyed deserve to receive compensation from the government for allowing it to happen and condoning it?
Whose people? Which people?
The black people.
You asking for my opinion? Do I think people that American
Mike.
people that were victim of something? Yeah, they should be paid. Of course, that's my opinion.
Mike is not a tether. You see how that worked, Mike? No one has a problem.
But here's the deal. Here's your problem. Here's your problem. Here's your problem.
No one has a problem with you, Mike.
No, you do have a problem.
Mike, I don't have no problem with you, nigga. Get over yourself thinking that you matter like that. I don't have no problem with you.
Okay, now let me
what you have made clear is that you're not the kind of immigrant that people have a problem with. People have a problem with the immigrants that'll get up there and laugh about that woman being killed by a cop. Do you know that they do that?
Yeah.
Do you know that they do that, Mike?
Cry me a fucking river. When you are throwing insult at somebody and the person throws back at you,
no. That woman did not do shit to none of you.
There is no African.
Do you believe that's okay, Mike?
There is no African.
Mike, I could point to
Can you shut the hell up and let me respond?
In which people have literally killed and slaughtered Nigerians. I'm not laughing about it, no matter how much me and you talk shit about each other.
Okay, what if I tell you that there are black Americans that laugh at it?
Oh, where?
Oh,
where?
Exactly where? Exactly
where? Because Tariq Nasheed don't even laugh at that kind of shit.
Will laugh at it. Listen,
Tariq
Nasheed, you a liar.
Can you give me a second?
You a liar.
Yes, I wouldn't say anything. I'm a liar. Can we put this in context? Can we put things in context? Here's the deal. When you say somebody says something, I want to ask you in what context. There is no African or human being that would say that it's okay for someone to shoot someone or shoot someone in the face or anything like that. Now, this is what I noticed from my study. Some black Americans like to clown Africans, right? When they get around them. Or trying to figure something to say to hurt the African person's feeling. Kind of like what that dumb guy there. And then the Africans now respond with something. Hold on. I'm telling you, that's why I'm telling you, I'm putting things in context. So the Africans in response is not trying to say something back to hurt your feeling. And then whatever you say back, you now say, oh, this is what they're saying. No,
Mike,
it's not what he
means. Do you understand that when you play the dozens, you attack the person?
No human being. Dude, shut the hell up. Let me talk.
Do you understand that when you play the dozens,
that say it's okay
Mike, if me and Kyla are talking about each other, we're talking about each other. I'm not going to go mention Kyle's dead grandmother. Dumb.
Dude, dumbass.
You understand that? Are you lost? Are you lost?
You're lost. You're drunk. You're
Mike, if I'm talking about you, I'm not going to make fun of the girl that got killed in Nigeria because they were trying to do human ritualism. I'm not going to make fun of that person. I'll make fun of you.
First of all,
you understand the difference, Mike.
Do this. Show me the African that's making fun of police shooting somebody if I even believe you. Because a lot of you guys are not to make shit up.
Oh, man.
Especially when you're high on cocaine.
Brother, I think you're doing drugs at this point. Either you do drugs or you just live in constant denial. You got to get over that.
Mike, you got to just stop the.
You're known to do drugs, man. You're known for doing drugs, dude.
Mike, you got.
It's the shisha, bro. It's the shisha.
Nah. You sound like YSL.
It's the shisha.
But anyway, here's the deal. If you guys are doing the aspirin war and insulting each other, don't come at me crying about what it said to you, dude. If you don't want people to say nasty shit to you, don't say nasty shit to them.
Mike,
so don't come here crying about
I listen to people like you, Mike. And there are so many parts of me that
if you don't want the Africans to say nasty shit to you, stop saying nasty shit to them.
Mike, do you know?
No. When I came here tonight, you started saying nasty shit to me. Now, if I would have said nasty shit back to you,
stabbing innocent
don't be crying about the immigrant coming over here.
Babies, my nigga. I got videos of this. Me being trifling would be me making a YouTube channel just to talk shit about the shit that y'all do in your country.
Dude, I don't care what someone said to you.
I would never stoop to your level, bro.
I literally don't care what someone said to you.
I know you don't care. I know.
You can cry. You can cry all day.
Dragging a baby around in a suitcase. I would never make fun of that kind of shit, Mike. Would you make fun of that, Mike?
That's why we're working to stop it. And I'm telling you, you need to go work.
Yes, we are. We are.
Exactly.
Yes,
Spend your time trying to solve your problem. We'll solve our problems.
You can't solve your problems from over here. That's not funny. You can't solve your problems from over here. What you gonna do from over here?
We are solving our problems. It's because your IQ is so low. You don't know that the water is becoming global.
You can't solve your problem from over here.
Yes, you can solve problems. Just like I can work from home, right?
How you gonna stop it, Mike?
Have you heard about virtual office?
Mike, I got a problem, Mike.
Have you heard about virtual office?
Well, you know what I noticed, Mike? You laugh about shit that's not funny.
Have you heard about
virtual office? And I know what that is. It's called a coping mechanism.
Okay.
Now I brought up a fact.
So why are you asking me dumb questions about I can solve a problem from one end of the world?
Person is walking around with babies. Dad murdered the baby in a suitcase in Nigeria.
Okay,
and you're laughing about it. You're laughing about it. Why would you laugh about that?
Oh, I bet you FBAs are laughing about that. Trust me.
No.
I know
Listen, as low caliber as a lot of FBA and AWS people can be, they won't laugh about that.
Don't come here trying to give me that cover. FBA doesn't laugh about Africans.
They won't.
Not
that.
They do, man. Do you know every one of them?
Hold on, you know what we laugh about? That
Kala, I'm not talking about you. Of course, you wouldn't do that, Kala. Kala, so
that big Nigerian dude
doing that,
shaking his ass and whatnot. We laugh.
Kala, come on, man. Don't try to play these. First of all, you can't even claim that you wouldn't do that, because if I listen to your music alone, what you guys say to what you do to each other is worse than that. So
have anyone ever made a song talk about I killed your baby?
Are you kidding me?
Play that song right now, bro. I'll give you $100.
You don't. Everybody in the comment section, if you heard a rapper,
no. I want the same way that you asked for proof.
Anybody
I want you to play the song in which a person is laughing about killing babies.
Do you want me to
lie to us again?
Do you want me to rap in this? What's his name?
Rap it.
Hold on. Let me spit at one of the rappers. Let me tell you what Cameron. Is it Cameron or someone that said to Nas one time? They said, he was being a single. He said, do you know that my niggas kidnap kids, F them in the bathroom over the breach?
No.
He said it.
No.
Dude, Kala, have you heard that before?
No.
Oh, Kala,
no.
I'm gonna put. You know what?
And the worst part is you said
I'm gonna play. You said
the wrong rappers for that kind of
talk about killing each other's kids. They talk about killing each other all day. So if you saying it to each other, what makes you think you're not saying?
That's so sad. You just made up a fake ass line.
Me made it up?
That's made up.
Anybody
What's the name of that
lyrics,
song,
please
brother?
type 1 in the comment section, please. That's a popular one.
What's the name of the song, bro?
A lot of rap songs, man.
What's the name of the song?
You guys rap about killing each other a lot. So don't
What's
come here
the name of the song?
Just type in Benny Siegel dissing Nas. You'll hear it.
Nigga, you just said Cameron.
Maybe you're young, man. That's kind of
you just said Cameron. You know you just said
Cameron,
Cameron, right? Now you're saying Benny Siegel.
See, somebody type one.
Nah, I never listened to Benny Siegel's music.
Kala knows it. He knows it, man. He knows it, man.
Music.
Come on, man. Kala, come on. Okay, what about
Jamal? You got
Okay, what about Tupac hit him up? Okay, what about Tupac? Wait, Kala, what about Tupac hit him up when he told Biggie Smalls that he's gonna kill his kids, make sure all his kids don't grow?
Okay, bottom line, I listen to degenerate music.
Come on, man. I can go on and on, man. Come on, stop it, man.
I listen to degenerate music. You got me confused with Jamal. You know, I listen to degenerate music.
It, man.
Really, I don't listen to
degenerate. Stop it, man.
Really, I don't listen to degenerate music.
Well, it's still your music, though. It's
not my music. It's not my music because most music is controlled by Jews anyway. You know, we haven't had control hip hop in 30-something years. So it wouldn't surprise me if it did happen. Say it. You know, we don't control this shit. You know. But anyway, folks, it's getting late. Get up in the morning. It's Sunday night show. Like I said, I might be back tomorrow night for another show. We can see like this. Great. Really appreciate it. I hope everybody on here.
Man, I just think this whole back and forth thing, I just think you guys gotta put a stop to it. That's all. When I came in, I wasn't here with that intention, but you guys, this brother here started throwing it at me again.
Mike, but hesitate. I'm gonna say with this one. Let everybody say the last piece. The thing is, Mike, Black America is under assault globally. America does not protect its citizens anymore. We don't have a border. We don't have. There's used to be a time where it was really defined who you were, and now we got people who are playing African American roles on television, and they're taking our identity away from us. And so therefore, black people.
Carla, how can somebody take your identity away from you, Carla? Is that
no? It's
possible?
like this. Let me give you an example. When people like Chiwetel Ejiofor, my favorite actor, him and David Yellowell, they're both Nigerians. Favorite actor, right?
Okay.
They're two of my favorite actors, right? I like their work and everything like that. But in another way, these other people.
So they took a black American. They acted black American. Is that what you're saying?
Look, I support them because they're just so damn good.
No.
Damn good.
I'm trying to understand what you're saying. Are you saying people? Hold on.
What I'm saying is the floodgates is now open because they're so good and they sell not just
so Carla, when Morgan Freeman acted Mandela, when what's this guy that acted Idi Amin? So did Africans say you taking their identity?
Now I understand what some South Africans was thinking.
Carla, your world evolve around entertainment. You need to get away from that.
No. I'm just
You're always talking about entertainment and all this crap.
You asked me for a quick thing like that. I'm like this. I said like this. Okay, I understand what people are talking about now. Okay, I feel some sort of way.
Carla, here's the deal. Stop letting white people are the one controlling Hollywood. Just go create your own movie and use your own people to act the movie.
I know, but
you can't sit around and be crying about a white person who they hire to act. Who cares?
No. I'm just saying, like, I'm saying, okay, people are now telling us now that now what about the fact that people are now calling Black America colonizers? Because we made Black Panther, they said we colonized Africa as if we don't have a right to.
Carla, it's just diaspora war banters, man. Stop taking it personal, dude. People Carla, there's a diaspora war online going on between Black American and African. Stop taking it personal, man. You can't say that's what's going on. That's not what's going on in real life. That's an online shit, man.
I'm saying like this, but
come on, man. You got to know that, man. By now, I mean, in the beginning, I was kind of falling for it too, but by this time, you know that.
Mike, I'll vouch for you. It's an online thing. No one really.
What you need to do if you want it to stop, all you got to do is just preach to people to stop it.
Let's see in Nigeria, whatever. I don't give a damn about.
Carla, by now, Carla, I saw this coming 3 years ago when he started. Remember, I think it was you and Danny, so I came on this Danny show. I'm like, this shit, it's not going to be good because initially you and Danny's wanted to join the bandwagon because when what's her name? Yvette started crazy dolls. Oh, our lineage, this and that, and they started throwing shots. I'm like, this shit. It looks like those people that are starting. Hold on, wait. Allow me to finish the statement, though, man. Please now. Hold on. You remember like before this whole diaspora thing blew out of line when Yvette and Tone Talk was trying to push it, using propaganda to push it. I was trying to talk to you and Danny's back and like, yo, this shit, man, you guys got to figure a way to, which eventually I think you guys kind of listened and started kind of trying to stop it in a sense. I said, is she going to blow out of line? Because this Don't Talks and Yvette and all these people, I knew they were government agents, CIA agents. Because one thing I know about the,
last night.
Hold on. One thing I know is that the CIA would never want the Black Americans to be so connected with the African. They would never want that. So when you two started, the first thing that happened was Black people started learning more about each other in the sense, like people were like, wow, I didn't know Africans have this. So people were doing, it started positively where people were doing like ethnic tag, like, oh, tell me about where you from. Hold on. It was becoming very positive thing. Even me, I'm like, damn, YouTube, internet is a good thing because for many years I wasn't really into the Black American environment like that. But then I'm like, oh, maybe online people can educate each other by each other. But then when these elements started coming out, people like the Yvette and all those people, they started using propaganda to try to create division. Like, oh, they're coming over here, they this and that and that. Oh, they started first talking about, oh, at the job, they're talking about us. I'm like, dude, this shit gonna get out of hand. So eventually, when many Africans are hand over and over, they started like pushing back, and it eventually got to where people are just not throwing shots at each other. But me, I see it as, wow, hey, it's just shots. But eventually, I hope it stops. But the thing with me is, I don't come on to start it. When somebody starts throwing it at me is when I throw it back. Like, I didn't really come in tonight to start throwing shots at you guys, but you guys started throwing it at me. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to throw it back at you, you know? So, to me, at this point, I will advise you don't take it personal, man. It's going on both sides. If I begin to show you the nasty things these FBA guys have said to me or said to about Africans, dude, I wouldn't even bring it here. That's the thing,
bro.
Because it ain't happen here. I will only address what happened here. But I'm not gonna bring what I hear from another FBA channel or one other FBA person said somewhere and bring it to you.
Mike,
I won't do that. I will only address the one you say.
Real life, I'm a serious person. I do business and everything like that. I don't have time for this nonsense. Or that. I know the fact that
I hope the whole thing stops, but
anybody comes to my office, I don't care, Nigerian, Ghanaian, whatever like that. I don't give a damn about any of that stuff like that. I deal with everybody. So the bottom line,
I deal with people as individuals. That's the way I do mine. Like if I run into you and you're nice, I'll treat you as a nice person. I don't care where you come from.
What I'm saying is, and I really got.
Well, if I come on and you start talking to me like a trash, I'm just gonna respond to you accordingly.
All I'm saying is like right now, and people don't realize is there's an awful lot of white people who got a lot of vested interest in seeing us fight each other. And I see like we understand that, and I see like a lot of Africans don't. They'll get there and engage in conversation.
Are you kidding me?
Mike, you are literally the first African with common sense.
It's literally Black American culture to see drama happen. You guys
got
love
common
drama,
sense.
man.
The rest of your group don't. It is what it is. Whether you know it or not. You got common sense. The rest of your group don't.
I have common sense. The rest of my group. Who's the rest of my group?
A lot of white people.
Your fellow people that you know how y'all like. You'll be from Nigeria and be like, all of my African brothers. Nah.
Bruh. At
the
this
rest
point,
of your people don't.
They don't.
The rest of your
what are you
people
talking
don't.
about? I don't even know what you're saying.
Mike, you clearly understand that white people don't want Black Americans and Africans to unite, right?
Hey, I don't think it's up
you
to
have
white
a clear
people.
understanding of that, right?
That's the deal. Let me tell you something. I don't think it's up to white people to decide what I do or what Black do. And I don't blame. Hold on. One thing I would never do is start holding white people responsible for actions of Black people. If we choose to act like fools, I'm not blaming white man. You understand? You see this whole back and forth thing? I don't blame a white man for it. I'll blame us. I'll blame Black American and I would take responsibility. The parts where the Africans are wrong, I would say, hey, the Africans are, hey, we choose to wrap ourselves up in this. And hey, but I'm not gonna go blame a white man.
All right. Well, fair enough, brothers. Good. We're getting on a good note. All right. I'll talk to you guys later.
That's perfect. Good night, Mike. Good night, Kala.
Good night. I'll see you. Good night, brothers. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, later.